What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. K, what's going on? KOD testimonies. All things in the building. What's happening, man? Shout out to the channel members. David Howard, good morning. Dre H, good to see you. Mr. Jimenez, what's going on? Gilbert, how you feeling, man? Ray Patterson in the building. Mr. Channel member, salute to my guy, Edwin Volaton. What's happening? Ken LeGrew, what up, man? Fanon, whoa, salute to the family. What's up, man? What's good? G-Man in the building, what's happening? Illuminati, what's happening? I think I said what's up to Edwin Volaton, channel member. Kentrell LeGrew, shout out to your brother. All right, shout out down to New Orleans. To the channel member, Kentrell LeGrew. Sheena, good morning. What's going on, Jay Henderson, channel member? What's going on, sir? Gianni Legion, channel member. What's up, man? What's going on? Larry Williams, what's up? Floyd tripping while he's telling lies. Hey, man, Floyd ain't lying. That fight is canceled. Floyd don't know how to lie. Maybe Floyd is jealous of Tank's success. Floyd is just clowning, man. Floyd is having fun, man. They having fun. They just talking smack, man. They talking smack. Good for Floyd. Go ahead and lie, Floyd. I rock with Floyd. Better than A, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to try not to talk bad about this dude today. What's going on? Be Easy in the building. Vlad's dad. Theodore Mays. What's up? Windy City Assassin channel member. Oh, Be Easy channel member too. What's up, man? Mr. Positive DB in the building. What's good? Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Man, I had that shit in my head, man. Man, you know that ass super fat. Dog, stupidity is contagious. God, dog, man. I can't lie, man. I can't lie, dog. They put them tunes together, make you say dumb stuff because it's just catchy. Man, you know that super fat. Man, how you just gonna start off with some shit like that? Man, you know that. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? Let me get on down to the end, man. Illuminati, what up, man? Just Do Box, what up, brother? How you feeling, man? Oh, we cooking today. Man, that shit is cool. That shit is dog, but she ain't got one. But I was like, nah, that shit looks super stank. It looks stank. She just looks stank. Man, I ain't gonna lie, dog. That was in my head all day. Like, get it sexy. Get it sexy. Man, what's up, man? What's up, man? Yeah, I'm having fun, man. Man, she's hilarious. Man, that shit was hilarious. Hey, what's going on the mic with Terrence Bailey in the building? What's up, brother? How you feeling? Just Do Boxing. I think I did say what's up, but let me give you a double set. What's up? Tell me y'all, man, go subscribe to my guy, Just Do Boxing, bro. Am I ready for the fight? I got to go to a wedding, man. I got to go to a wedding. I don't even know if I'm going to see that fight, man. The wedding, that fight's probably not going to start till I'm in the wedding. So I won't be able to see the fight until the fight's over. I won't be able to see the fight till the evening time. Oh, yeah, you know what that is. Look, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all are losing, bro. Y'all are losing, man. Put it in the super chat, King. Put it in the super chat. No free promotions over here for Tyson Fury, man. What's going on, Vi Ferrer? Shout out, brother. Anyway, we waiting for everybody to get in the chat. Then we're going to get on the real important stuff in boxing. The rehydration clause, it is not in existence for Gervonta Davis' fight, despite y'all lying y'all asses off all day and calling Gervonta everything under the sun, bro. What's going on, Marcel Tiggs? Man, you know that? Super fad. King always asking about numbers, man. He always out here trying to get that payday, man. Put it in the super chat, bro. Ain't nobody working for free over here. Everybody out here, everybody watching need to have a job right now making money. Okay, that's what we trying to do. No stream tomorrow since you going to it. No, hell no. I'm streaming tomorrow morning. Hell yeah. Get that pinky down. Man, you got you talking about me drinking this? Hell no, I'm sophisticated. I'm sophisticated. What are you talking, Terrence Bailey? What you mean? I'm bougie. I'm bougie. I'm bougie. I drink with my pinky out. I don't know what y'all. You think I'm some street? You think I'm a hellified street nigga? Dog, I ain't Bill Haney. I ain't no hellified street nigga. Man, y'all I swear, dude. Who is the dude? What's the name of the dude that did the parody again? What's the name of the dude that did the parody again? Please give me the Jeremiah. What from the Shy? He's from the Shy. Man, my God, man. These dudes had me rolling. Man, he kept coming back that. Because I'm like, man, you ain't no hellified street nigga. Jeremiah Phillips, dog. I swear to God, Jeremiah Felix. Hey, if anybody knows or talks to that dude, tell Jeremiah Phillips, thank you, dog. That shit was hilarious. Man, that shit was so funny, man. Dog, I was crying in the car, man. That man said, your eyes look like you got them Phase on Love eyes. He said, you need to rub some Ambi on your eyes. Oh my God, man. Man, that shit was hilarious, bro. That man has said, that ain't no... Whoever the other dude was, he's like, man, this is natural fruits and berries. He said, man, that ain't nothing but shit and water. Oh my God, man, I was dying, man. I can't lie. Oh man, I was having a fun time yesterday listening to that. I'm serious. I'm gonna download that shit to my phone so that I can make sure I listen to that on the plane on the way. You put it in the super chat, bro. I'm gonna block every one of your shits, bro. I'm not supporting that. I'm not supporting that fight. What is a fool ass Earthman? Is that a old? Hell no, that's some shit he just made up. Oh, a Earthman? He just made that up as he went. An full ass Earthman? Nah, dog. He just tried to create a new catchphrase, bro. DJ 7 for life. How am I feeling, man? I'm good this morning, man. I'm good. I'm having a good. I'm gonna try to have as much fun as I can on this live stream today. I'm gonna try to have as much fun as I possibly can on this live stream today. Hey, man, Fantasy Assassin said, happy Feel Good Friday, everybody. Here's to a Friday of exposing lies, increasing knowledge, and roasting BBL Debbie for no damn reason. Hype for Tyson Fury, for Usyk Fury tomorrow, but more hype for Tank and Cruz. Skip the haters. Yeah, dog. Honestly, man, I'm kind of hyped for it, but I can't watch it. So, I'm going to hate on it. I'm just random hating. Nah, for real, I am looking forward to this fight with Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. I am. The fight is here. I'm excited about it. I am. I don't know who's going to win, bro, because, I just don't know because Tyson Fury is so goddamn big. But he looked a little shaky with Alexander Usyk. And Alexander Usyk, that Eastern European, hits a little different. You know what I'm saying? Those Eastern Europeans, they hit a little different, man. They a little more like, they're a little bit more, how can you say, savage. They got a little savage edge to it. Rampage, so there isn't a hydration clause for Tank and Frank. No, there's not. No, there is not. No, there's not. So all of y'all that were out there talking about how Tank is doing this and Tank is doing that, sorry, you jumped a little too quick. My guy, Soda Black. Shout out Soda Black. Hey, I'm going to be on an airplane today, Soda Black. Wish me luck. Shout out to all the fool ass Earthmen. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what he was talking about, man. He's just talking, bro. Yeah, man. But see, here's the funny thing. I tried to tell you. Hey, what's up, Mr. Pragmatic? The man, Mr. Pragmatic and Mrs. Pragmatic. Shout out to an exemplary example of black excellence. Mr. Pragmatic, shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you, sir. It's nice. It's nice when I wind up talking to like-minded individuals, and that we can provide an example for these youth. You know, not a hellified street nigga example, because I ain't no hellified street nigga. Man, that shit. Hey, man, did he really say the word hellified street nigga? Man, I'm getting demonetized because of that, man. God dog. Every time y'all make me play that video, I get that shit demonetized. You know what I mean? Because I ain't no hellified. I got to tell you, I ain't no hellified street dude. But why would you want to be? Wouldn't you want to be a hellified entrepreneur? Wouldn't you rather be a hellified academic, a hellified intellectual? You know what I mean? A hellified child of God, a hellified constructive individual. But we out here trying to be hellified street Negroes. The Earthman definition is real. Look it up. What's Earthman? I know what an Earthman is. You're on the earth. You're a man. In hellified shape. You know what I'm saying? Hellified funny. Hellified talented. I don't want to be a street dude, man. I got to tell you, man, I don't want to be a street dude. I don't want to do that. Screet. Oh, it's Screet. Hellified Screet. Hellified Screet, nigga. What you got to tell me? KOD testimonies trapped for life too. You got to tell me what Earthman is. I don't know what that is. So you just got to tell me. I've looked it up before. I can never find a adequate definition for street man, for Earthman. I really don't know what that is. Hey, Soda Black says, salute to my Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards. Yeah, man, they laid it down yesterday, bro. I was happy because they got to get mopped up when they go back to Denver. Man, I've enjoyed I've been watching the basketball playoffs this year. I've been studying them. I've been doing 2 things. Paying attention to 3 things. Paying attention to boxing, 4 things. Working out, paying attention to boxing, obviously. Studying on that conflict going on over there, near Bethlehem, and going through the content and watching basketball. No, they are not holding Floyd in Dubai, and I don't think they ever were. I think the whole thing was just a lie. Bill Haney was just talking nonsense. Okay, what else is new? You know what I'm saying? Hey, for being a hellified content creator. Thank you, Zachary B. Thank you to everybody, man, for real. Thank you, brother, for that support. Look, man, I just want to be, a hellified street person. Street. Anyway, dude was hilarious, man. What's up, Dean, by any means? What's channel member? My guy, Dean, by any means. I was thinking about you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I hope your mind is right, despite what goes on, brother. Hey, T. Orlando, I can't talk about that, but I have to tell you that I do agree. I kind of agree, and that's why I'm formulating my entire argument. Okay? I'm formulating an entire argument around it. I have to figure out what I really believe because I believe what you say. Like, dog, look, man, but I'm telling you, man, because I gotta be able to mop people up in these political debates. Trust me, I ain't here banging the drum, bro. I'm not banging the drum. Because we got hellified street niggas. We got to fix. You know what I mean? We got problems. We got problems right here. I'm 100% with you on that. And I remember very vividly how I was treated by some of them folk. Now you want to come on around here when you got big problems. But, I know. I don't disagree with that at all. Hey, yes, Fanon, doing my best. Appreciate your advice and perspective. Thank you. Yes, brother, you gotta don't let it be two. Just keep it at one, brother. Keep it at one. Keep it at one. You got kids, man. You got kids. You know what I mean? You got kids. You got kids. I know the feeling, man. If I could go grab one and zip a bunch of cats, they would be zipped. But can't do it. You got kids, man. You got a life you got to live, man. I got a daughter. I got a son. I got grandkids I want. I got a wife. I got a mother, brother, sisters. You know what I mean? We got to, you know what I mean? You got to, can't be selfish. Can't be selfish. Or don't be selfish. They call that immediate power. Don't exercise immediate power. That's the problem with Devin Haney fans. They always want to exercise their immediate power instead of having long-term, lasting effect. And I'm seriously, man, I'm not, without talking about the subject, that's one of the main things that I try to preach and instill in people, man. And I've learned that through my experience. It's the long game. Play the long game. The long game. Even if you're investing money, that what do they say? Put your money when you're a young kid in the S&P 500 and play the long game. You know, don't always try. Not every little fad coming here and there. Play the long game. You know what I mean? Your job is to make your family win, your grandkids win. You know, your grandkids win. You want to be here for them. Exactly. Oh, but you know, some people ain't got, you know. Some people ain't got those. What's going on, Bits and Hedges? What's going on, brother? Fanon, you love an echo chamber. You got that shit right. Dude, my voice sounds good. I love to hear myself talk. Now, if I was a buffoon, I may not like it. Blessed one. You just like to come up here and get my attention, don't you, sweetie pie? Don't you? And when I'm calling you sweetie pie, let me tell you why I'm saying it, because it's like your little boy, like a little boy. You know, call sweetie pie. That's what you may say to an infant. Fanon, how's it? What? Oh, Franz Kafka. Oh, that's what's up, Jamal. Franz Kafka, that's what's up. I'm good, brother. Good to see you, man. Man, Floyd ain't hating. Floyd is promoting GM. Javal Sam's in the building. Yes, sir, man. What's going on, Franz Kafka? I had wondered about you, too. Who you got tomorrow? I don't know, man. I'm just going to enjoy the fight. I don't know. I have to tell you, I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I do not know who's going to win that fight. You guys have to forgive me because I do not know. And that's the only thing that I can say. Fury is probably an easy pick. If I was leaning, I'd lean towards Fury, but at the same time, dog, I wouldn't be surprised if Alexander Usyk beats Fury up. I wouldn't be surprised if he beats him up. Some people are saying Alexander Usyk is a very overrated fighter. He's not a big power fighter, but he's a very smart fighter. And he's a southpaw, and he can fight. It's just going to be interesting, man. I don't know who's going to win that fight. I do not know. I just have to be very, very honest. Javal said, I haven't seen you since Benavidez Andre fight. That's what's up, man. I'm glad to see you, brother. But Javal Sams, now I will know that you are Franz Kafka. I gotta finish reading that book. I haven't read in like a couple months. I got to get back on. I'm going to get back on this train. I think they both may be overrated. I think they both may be overrated. The whole heavyweight division is overrated, in my opinion. Man, don't worry about spelling. Everybody knows who you're talking about. That way, pal. Everybody knows who you talking about, man. Ain't nothing but a thing. Ain't nothing but a thing. I got Tyson by KO and a hot money on the draw. Oh man, don't vote on no knockout now. I wouldn't do all that, man. I definitely wouldn't do that. I definitely wouldn't do that. Hold on. I respect your opinion. Yeah, Tony, I wouldn't do that, Tony. I'm not voting on no knockout for either one of those guys. And I'm gonna put some links in the chat, man. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here today because I got this flight. You know what I mean? Because I got this flizzite. Has any man? That flight is not canceled, Mr. Pragmatic. It's not canceled. No, we already know it's not canceled. Floyd was was trolling and lying. Floyd was trolling and lying. That fight is not canceled. No. He's just out there, you know, just messing with people. Honestly, because I think Gervonta started it though. I think Gervonta, if I'm correct, I think Gervonta Davis started it. Because Gervonta said that Floyd was out there scamming people again. Floyd out here tripping, man. You know what fight I'm really interested in though? I'm really interested in the Adrian Broner versus man, Blair Cobb, man. I'm going to New York City. I'm going to New York City, the land of some sorry ass pizza. I'm going to the land of sorry ass pizza is where I'm going. Yeah, against Blair Cobb. That's a fight I'm really looking forward to. There's a lot of good fights. I'm looking forward to that fight. Yeah, CG Cap, I am too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. I think I want Adrian to win, but honestly, I don't even know who I want to win because I like Blair Cobb. Because Blair Cobb's like a friend of the family, kind of. Blair Cobb's like a friend of the family, kind of, because he's a friend of the family. Like there's a guy who I would consider my best friend in the city that I live in. Like if I'm going to hang out with anybody, it'd be this dude. He is really good. He's really cool with Blair Cobb and Blair Cobb's camp. So, you know, I want to root for Blair Cobb because I want their team to win. And I know Blair is a really hardworking dude. He's a good fighter, a very hardworking guy. I like Blair Cobb. I root for Blair Cobb, but I also root for Adrian Broner. Very heavy. I root for Adrian Broner very, very heavily. The only person I really don't root for is Devin Haney fans. I hope y'all lose forever. I can't lie, bro. I hope y'all lose forever. I hope you Devin Haney fans just keep losing. I hope you just keep losing until you learn your lesson. Y'all got way too much hate in your heart, man. I think he's going to get him out of there around 9 or 10. He's going to touch his body all night, but I think it's going to come from one last shot that Usyk can't take anymore. Nah, I definitely don't see that happening. I could be wrong, but I don't see that. I think Coach Kenny can get Brawner right and guide him to the win. From a hellified street, no, in these streets. Hey, man, let's get in these streets. Man, thank you, brother. Sean, I ain't lying, bro. I don't like him. Man, thank you, Mr. Pragmatic. Thank you, sir. Nah, dog, I ain't lying. I don't like him. I ain't liking him. I don't like him. I mean, Devin, I like. I don't like y'all, man. Y'all just make boxing so terrible. You're terrible for the sport. Somebody warned me, too, years ago. Hey, have you ever been warned about something? And somebody, man, this dude sent me a long-ass letter I mean, when I'm telling you a long ass letter, I mean, man, that shit was a borderline of fucking dissertation. And I didn't, man, I looked at it and I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that, man. It still resonates in my mind. Oh, you are going to be so sorry for supporting this. I ain't sorry. But God dog, he was not lying. God dog, he was not lying. What up, Phoenix the Assassin?
Well, not much, man. Just taking it easy on this Friday.
Yes.
But yeah, man. Well, hey, one of the most underrated fights coming up, is Devin against the New York State Athletic Commission to see if he can get that ass whooping removed from his record.
He's going to take it now. He ain't getting that
Yeah,
ass whooping. He ain't. They don't have the power to get rid of that ass whooping.
yep. It's gonna be like a placebo for him. But yeah,
Yep.
man, this fight tomorrow, shoot, I'm actually a little more excited for it now. Uh, that we're actually at a point where it's like, hey, it looks like it might actually go through and not get postponed again. So I'm happy about that. And man, like I think it's going to be different than what we used to see. And I honestly think like because of Tyson Fury's physique, like losing all that weight, I think he's actually going to try to be more mobile this time around because like Usyk kind of lean on him and hold him and stuff like the dude tiny compared to Tyson. Like trying to hold on to him. It ain't. I don't think that's something that's going to really work like it did against someone like Wilder or like maybe even AJ or like Dillian White, like people who's close to his size. Because Fury gonna have to be in like a little bit of an awkward position to go ahead and do that. So I think it's gonna be more of a try to keep away from Usyk and keep him from scoring type thing. Because being as short as he is, like Usyk ain't really gonna be able to go for no headshots unless he gets inside and get within a good enough range to do so. And then like besides that, like when you a shorter guy going, then you're supposed to do your best to target the body because that's where you can score and see if you can do that and get them to expose their head whenever you're going to the body and hit them up top. But yeah, man, like Usyk's a mobile fighter too because we seen how he was on AJ. He was in and out, like come in, land a combo, keep AJ from scoring. And then like he counter him sometimes. Like in the first fight, he actually wobbled AJ with a shot, with a counter shot. But AJ ain't as tall as Fury, so I don't know how that's going to work out. And Fury got that super long reach too. So there's a lot of things like looking at this fight that make me feel like it's going to be a little more technical than we normally see with Fury. Just because he got a different type of fighter in front of him. He ain't really had nobody as short as Usyk or who move around like him. So I think that's part of the reason why he like with all the training videos we've been seeing him doing, like he's doing a lot of like endurance shit, and then like he lost a lot of weight and everything. So yeah, I think he's looking to play like go for the marathon instead of a sprint on this one. Plus, he ain't really a big puncher for a heavyweight neither. So there's that to consider.
Yes, there is. We'll see, man. Like I said, I just have no clue. Really.
Yeah,
I
it's
just gotta admit, I have no clue.
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, I would like for Usyk to win just because like there's that kind of underdog story in a way, but either way, at least we getting undisputed champion for what the first time since Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately,
that'll be
should have happened already. But
yeah.
he had
So
yep.
all right, man. But that's all I have for you today, man. You take it easy.
All right, brother.
Yep.
Appreciate you, man.
For
Get
sure.
back, Phoenix. Yeah, always good to hear from Phoenix. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I want to see AJ Fury. I'm all right with. I look, man. I want to see Wilder, AJ, and I want to see. I'll see any of them actually. Mr. Pragmatic said. Robinson said, "Make up your mind." No, I'm not going to make up my mind. Why would I make up my mind? I'm going to tell you flat out. I don't know. You allergic to an honest answer? Are you really not interested in it? I mean, I am kind of. He said, hey, for now, damn well you ain't going to New York for no wedding. You're going to a pilgrimage to that site of that epic ass whooping. Nah, bro, I'm not. I'm going to a wedding, man. I'm going to a wedding for one of my wife's business partner's daughter, and I got a new suit. It's all shiny and, I'm going to look like, I look like I'm a hellified street. For real. I'm looking at a hellified businessman in this suit though. Oh, look, man, go away, man. All right. I'm sorry I have to keep rejecting people that talk crazy. I like Deontay Wilder as a heavyweight. That's my right to do that. Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, I'm going to be interested when the fight takes place. I do believe it's pay-per-view, so I'm probably going to buy it. But I'm probably going to buy it. But I don't think I can watch it, so I don't know if I can even buy it. I will definitely watch that fight. I'll be intrigued in that fight. I don't know who I want to win, and I don't know who will win. That's where I am with that fight. That is an honest answer. I don't understand why you guys don't want honest answers. I don't have to make up my mind because I don't know. Alexander Usyk is one of the best fighters in all of boxing, for sure. Alexander Usyk is one of the best fighters in boxing, for sure. But he's at a tremendous size disadvantage from Tyson Fury. So I don't know what's going to happen in that fight. I don't. It's not an easy fight to pick. So I'm just going to be honest and tell you, I don't know. Am I tremendously interested in the fight? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I'm not a big Tyson Fury fan. I do like Alexander Usyk, but, may the best man win is my take on that fight. It's not like, Alexander. It's not like, for me, a fight between Beterbiev and Bivol, but even there, it's like, let the best man win. But I think it's going to be Beterbiev. If we have a fight between, if there's a fight between Jaron Ennis and Cody Crowley, I'm praying for an ultimate ass whooping to take place. Because I rock with my guy, Jaron Ennis, and I want to see him do well. I'm excited about that fight. I'm a boxing fan. I'm not somebody who's going to sit up here and lie to you and tell you that I like all fighters equally. I don't see I don't see color. You see it. You may not take it into consideration, but you see it. And I use that as a parallel to, hey, man, you dudes like Devin Haney. You ain't just, I'm not a fan of Devin Haney. The difference between me and you is I'm not a fan of Devin Haney. I'm not a fan of Devin. I just love him so much, but I'm not a fan of boxers. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Lover to hate it, TV said, for 9, you have my coworkers looking at me like I'm crazy. You got me crying every time you said, hellified screet, nigga. Thank you for the humor. I needed it. Team Superfly. Shout out to Team Superfly. Shout out to Team Superfly. Shout out to Team Superfly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, shout out, man. Los in the building. El Chino says safe travels. Thank you, brother. I'm going to try my best to travel safe. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you. So look, man, it's just I'm just being honest. I would like to be honest. Do you mind if I'm honest with you? I don't know who's going to win that fight. I don't know. It's a very, very close fight. I do not know. Even if it winds up being a blowout one way or the other, I don't see it being a blowout one way or the other. Alexander Usyk is a very, very good fighter. I wouldn't mind at all if Alexander Usyk won, though, because Tyson Fury is more obnoxious. But at the same time, if Tyson Fury can win the fight, congratulations to him, because he can prove that he's the best heavyweight in the world. You know what I mean? And I can respect that. But if you telling me, let me put it this way, I wouldn't be going to that wedding if this was a Gervonta Davis fight in the middle of the afternoon. I'd be like, I'll be at I'll see you at the reception, babe. Something like that. But, that's not the case. So we won't be there. I'm just being honest with you. I do like all these boxers. I do like boxing, though. I'm not a casual fan. But also, you guys are casual liars. You know, you guys just make stuff. I don't like boxers. I only like boxing. Where do you get that from? I mean, like, for real, where did that come from? I don't like boxers. I only like boxing. You sure do hate boxers, though. Man, hell no, I ain't got no prediction with Kid Austin versus Silva. I don't even know who the Silva is. I'm rooting for Kid Austin, though. Emmanuel said if Fury wins, he got to beat AJ. If he beats Usyk and AJ, nah, he's already beaten. No, he's the best. Even if he still should fight Anthony Joshua. He should still fight Anthony Joshua because you see the fight. But no, he's the best heavyweight if he beats Usyk. He ain't got to fight Anthony Joshua to prove. I mean, maybe so he can prove that he's still the best. But no, if he beats Usyk, he's the best. If Usyk beats him, Usyk's the best. And then Usyk's got to fight somebody else and continue to prove that he's the best. So look, man, the whole idea of being the best, I mean, it's a fluid concept because you have to continue to prove it every time you get in the ring. Stop celebrating people to the ends of the earth. And otherwise, you'll be like Devin Haney fans and you'll be sitting on an ass whooping all out of the blue. Devin's the same fighter he was 3 months ago. You just discovered that he was susceptible to an ass whooping. Okay? Devin was what Devin was. He just realized he was susceptible to an ass whooping. What's going on, Frank McNee? They get that shit from people like saying, yeah, that shit is stupid. I ain't gonna lie, brother. I'm not gonna start no beef with no cats, but that's a cop-out. That is used as a cop-out to make somebody feel guilty. It's a cop-out. Because of course you're a fan of a boxer. Of course you're fans of boxers. Why would you be watching boxing if you're not a fan of a boxer? Does that make any sense whatsoever? That's like saying, I don't really like food. I don't really like food. I just eat it for the nutrition. That's it. Really? So you don't matter what it is, I can feed you anything and you'll eat it? What if I gave you some hot roasted chitlins? What if I gave you some hot roasted chitlins with, I don't know, stuffed with liver. Chitlin stuff, liver stuffed chitlins. You know, you tell me there's not any food that you don't like. Okay, so I'm not trying to hear that. You like boxers, you're just trying to guilt trip somebody into not expressing their opinion because it's a cheap debater's tactic that people use. You're supposed to support Devin. Why would I support Devin? If I'm not supposed to like boxers? Answer this question for me. If I'm supposed to support Gervonta, right? If I'm supposed to support Gervonta, if I'm supposed to support Deontay Wilder, if I'm supposed to support Jaron Ennis, how can I do that if I don't like boxers? How is that even possible? Why should I support them? I'm not supposed to like them. I only like boxing. I don't like boxers. You guys just not telling the truth. And you got some slowpoke ass dudes that can't figure out a way to get around that when you're talking to them. Chill, my mama would love that shit. Hey, some people would love that shit. I was thinking that when I said it, because I ain't gonna lie, I had some faux gras, which is liver, duck liver, and that shit was good. I had some faux gras. Martin, you're right about a boxer. You gotta like boxing. Yeah, dude, everybody likes boxers. The people that are saying that like boxers. And you can ask them and they'll tell you what boxers they like. They like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney. Devin Haney, but you don't like Devin Haney because of what he does. You just like him because of the sport. Yeah, okay. Sure you do. What's good, Fanon? Haven't left a comment in a while, but still here. Hey, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Mang. What's going on, Christopher Mayers? Chitlins are a no-go. Man, I can't eat them because I couldn't eat them because how they smelled. I've only been around chitlins one time, and they smell like boo-boo. And my boy was killing it. It's like, man, they don't taste like boo-boo. It's like, man, they smell like it though. I can't mess with it, though. I was like, wow, it really smells like poop. Like, it really smells like poop. But anyway, so the answer to your question is, man, look, don't let these people con you with these weak arguments. There's nothing wrong with you liking a fighter and not liking another fighter. Just like there's nothing wrong with you liking an actor and not liking another actor. My family makes them twice a year and I abstain both times. Yeah, I mean, I don't mess with them, bro. But I've never messed with them. So my family doesn't make them. So I've only been around them one time. You know, I've only been around them one time. T. Orlando Pearson speaking like a straight Atlantean. Gotta clean them right. Ain't no way you getting the smell of intestines off of intestines. Okay, you better try that with somebody else, man. You better try that with somebody else. There ain't no way in the world you're going to get the smell of a poop chute off of a poop chute. Okay? Said I've never eaten, but my family makes them. Yeah, I know you got to clean them right. You better clean them right. Ain't no way you getting the smell of a poop chute off of a poop chute. Ain't happening, man. Ain't happening. But anyway, man, so let me get back to talking funny, man, about y'all. Phoenix the Assassin said, God, dog, y'all still killing Devin. I'm trying to take a Devin break off Devin. I like Devin because his ass whoopings brought me joy and laughter. I can't lie, dog. That shit was funny. If they cooking chitlins, I'm not eating nothing. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Oh, no, hell no. I'm definitely gonna eat now. I don't know what you talking about, but I'm gonna eat, man. We're gonna eat some hella fried collard greens. Yeah, dog. Some collard greens. I ain't got no problem with the poke now. Nah, hey, my people spend like 24 hours cleaning them, but they still can't force myself to eat them. Hey, man, you can clean them shits for a month. They still gonna smell like that. Anyway, I don't know why y'all believe this stuff, man. Yeah, dog, Shakur Stevenson didn't do anything, man. Shakur just talking. I don't know. You guys put way too much stuff on people just talking. Why is he fighting Frank Martin, who didn't want to fight me? Why doesn't he fight the guy that I fought? What's the difference, Shakur? What's the difference? What's the difference? The guy that you fought lost to you. This guy's undefeated. This is a very simple question. What's going on, DJ OC in the place to be, spinning on them ones and twos? Hey, man, make sure you guys go follow my guy, DJ OC, at the Parlor of East Wheaton on Mixcloud. That's mixcloud.com/POEW, where you can get the best old school Dusty's house music, Chicagoland DJ style. Look, I'm not tripping on what Shakur says, man. Shakur's trying to talk himself up. That's what he's supposed to do. I don't have a problem with that. Running Rebel, you're telling a lie. You cannot be a fan of boxing without being a fan of a boxer. You can't. It's not possible to be a fan of boxing without being the fan of a boxer. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's an impossible. It's an impossibility. It's an impossibility. How? You need a boxer to have boxing. You can't have a boxing match without a boxer. You can't. You have to want to watch that guy fight. You are a fan of boxers. You can say you're a fan of all boxers, but you're definitely a fan of boxers because you can't watch boxers you can't watch boxing without boxers. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. I'm a fan of tennis and I don't know anybody that plays. You're a fan of tennis, but you don't know anybody that plays. Then how do you watch tennis? How do you watch tennis if you don't know anybody that plays? How? How do you like tennis if you don't know anybody that plays? You're not a fan of tennis. You're a fan of gambling. That's not a fan of the sport. You're a fan of gambling. Okay? You're not watching. You're just gambling. You're trying to see what the outcome is. You don't care about them. You care about the outcome. If you like the sport because of gambling, you don't like the sport. You like the gambling. Yeah. Like, well, I mean, seriously, will you guys stop talking silly? What is it? What do you call it when you're just making an argument you're just making an empty argument? It's just an empty argument to say that you're a fan of boxing, but you're not a fan of boxers. When I know you're a fan of boxers, you're a fan of Devin Haney, very clearly. You're a fan of Devin Haney, very clearly. You're a fan of Devin Haney. So how can you not be a fan of boxers when you're a fan of Devin Haney's? You're a fan of Devin Haney's. And I'm talking to this, but I'm talking, speaking of respectfully, the people that you're talking about. They are fans of Devin Haney. How can they not be a fan of boxing when they're a fan of Devin Haney? How? How can that be? How? How can you not be a fan of a boxer when you're a fan of a boxer? Wake me up when you can figure that one out. Stop. You know what it's called? It's called a guilt trip. You guys, it's called a guilt trip. Let me give you a list of the guilt trips that I hear on a regular basis. You're a coon. That's a guilt trip. You're not supporting the black man. That's a guilt trip. I should be supporting this fighter because they're black. That is a guilt trip. That's a guilt trip. You're not a fan of boxing. You're a fan of boxers. That's a guilt trip. You're trying to tell me that the way that I see the world is wrong and I need to change it. As opposed to me laughing my ass off about your boy getting his ass whooped. I have never seen anybody, I've never seen ever people celebrate a boxer losing before. What? Oh my God, how are you going to celebrate the loss of a 25-year-old? He's only 25. He's barely out of diapers. That's a guilt trip. Okay. Some people are fans of Al Heyman. I'm a fan of Al Heyman. You're a fan of Devin Haney. Frequent flyer? Definitely. You literally got a pom-pom out for the man and call him God. Come on, man. Yes, I am a fan of Al Heyman. Without a doubt, I'm a fan of Al Heyman. I'm a fan of businessmen. I'm intrigued. I get intrigued by these dudes. Frequent flyer, seriously, man, I'm going to have to put you on timeout, bro. I got to put you on timeout if you're not going to say something of value. Okay? Going to put you out there on timeout. Say something of value next. Who isn't a fan of Al Heyman, black man making athletes millions? There's nothing wrong with being a fan of a boxer. Nothing. Nothing. You can't make somebody to face a boxing because he doesn't have any fans. Like, man, for real. Look at the pot. What are you talking about? Looking at the pot, what? Calling the kettle black? Bro, I'm going to tell you who I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of Errol Spence's. I'm a fan of Terrence Crawford's. I'm a fan of Gervonta Davis's. I am a fan of Devin Haney. I can't lie. I don't like his fans, but I like him. I'm a fan of Vasily Lomachenko. I'm a fan of Shakur Stevenson. I'm a fan of Jaron Ennis's. I'm a fan of Keith Thurman's. I'm a fan of Gary Russell's. I'm a fan of Gary Antoine Russell. I'm actually a fan of Alexander Usyk. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. I'm a fan of a lot of these fighters. I will go out of my way to spend my money to watch these fighters. That makes me a fan. What the hell? How are you going to guilt trip somebody from being a fan of a sport? I'm a fan of the Chicago Bulls. You supposed to tell me I can't be a fan of the Chicago Bulls? Oh, you're not a fan of basketball. You're just a fan of a team. No, I'm a fan of a team and I'm a fan of basketball. I'm a fan of a boxer and I'm a fan of boxers. Boxing and boxers. Because how can I be a fan of a boxer if I'm not a fan of boxing? How does that even work? Unless I'm a fan of a boxer for not boxing. Something completely unrelated to boxing. At which point in time, say I was a fan of a boxer that was a politician, but I didn't even know he was a boxer. I just knew he was a politician. Then I'm a fan of a politician, but I'm not a fan of him because he's a boxer. But if you're talking about somebody in their capacity as a boxer, and you're a fan of somebody because of how they box, you're a fan of boxing by default. Because if you don't like the sport, how can you like them doing it? That's common sense. That's just common sense. Use your brain. And stop listening. I'm telling you, man, y'all are just fucking whack as shit. You do not have you do not have who could ever convince you of that shit? I need to know who could convince you that you can be a fan of food, but not a fan of any particular meal. How can you like food, but not like any food? I'm a fan of eating, but I'm not a fan of food. Well, you can't eat anything that's not food. So there's got to be some food you like. Well, no, man, come on, man. All you're trying to do is guilt trip people because your boy got their ass whooped. Okay? And you don't want to pay the piper. And that has already been shown that you guys do not want to pay the piper. You are sore losers that will just act like you didn't lose. If you lose, bro, you are actually, T. Orlando, you are digesting something. You better believe it. You definitely. Hey, you better not have no voodoo chick around you, boy. You better mess around. You better not mess around with the wrong one. Have you on a string. Have your ass on a string. Seriously, man. Let's get rid of this. Can we have a New Year's resolution in the middle of May? They'll put a root on you. Oh, I can tell you how that works. Self-defense against the roots. I've already explained that before. But look, can we please have anybody that wants to come up and make one of these corny-ass arguments, make this corny-ass argument to me? Okay? That's why I'm studying that conflict over there in the Middle East, because I want to absolutely bash some people over this shit. Number one, it ain't my business. It's not. Because you're talking about mythology. That shit is mythology. It's mythology. I just want to be able to, can't we all just get along? No, we cannot just get along until you eat your crow. Till you eat your crow. Till you eat your crow. Till you eat your crow. Teeth on canvas, ass in the air. Yeah, it was. Get it, Debbie. Man, you know that? Super fat. Man, you better be glad that fight didn't happen in jail. you better have it. You better have it. Devin better be happy he didn't take that position in jail. And Ryan wasn't hanging out with LaRosa. Man, you know that? Super. Man, he dropped that soap. Oh, up, boing. Man, bro. You better be happy Diddy on the run. No, for real, dog. Hey, if they was in jail, that nigga Ryan could have had his ass in some lipstick. Dog, that shit was in jail, dog. If they was in jail, dog. Man, that motherfucker would have had Kool-Aid on his lips. Oh my God, man. Oh man, dog. Seriously, man. Don't go to jail. Hey, I wonder how many times Devin got in a position. Hey, dog, I don't think he had anything to do with Diddy, dog. Because he can beat up Diddy. Diddy bribe you for that. I didn't say I wasn't a fan of boxers. There are several I like and a few that I don't like. Okay, well, maybe I misread what you said. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Seriously, man. Man, that's hilarious to me. What did Frequent Flyers say again, bro? We are temporary the Complainers clan. Oh, I respect that. Yeah, y'all got embarrassed, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Man, they ain't nowhere. Dude, for real. People were like, what is worse, the Errol Spence whooping or the Devin whooping? I waited for that for a while before I really realized what it was. It's definitely Devin. Definitely Devin. Definitely Devin took the worst whooping. Definitely Devin took the worst whooping. Devin. Definitely a way worse loss. Way worse loss. Way worse loss. That was a terrible loss. For Devin, I'm not hoping anything. We're going to see how it plays. But on the real, he needs that WB. He needs that New York State Athletic Commission to suspend Ryan. He definitely took more of a hellified ass whooping. Let me put this link in this chat, bro, so I can get some conversation going on, man. Because it's fun, man. You know what I mean? It's like roadkill. You can't take your eyes off of it. Man, there was something. Oh my God, man. Oh, you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like roadkill. You just can't take your. Oh, that's what it is. And it's fun. I can't lie. It's fun to rub it in your face because you guys wouldn't accept you when you don't take it. You won't take it like a man, so it makes it worse. I can't lie. It's fun. It's really fun. It's fun to clown y'all. Don't you remember how many months I had to listen and talk to y'all about this crap? How many years? You don't remember that? Dog, let me tell you something. I'll never forget. Doesn't matter. He got stopped. Yeah. By a guy he was favored to lose. A guy that was favored to beat him. A guy that was favored to beat him. Who was the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. Devin got whooped by an underwear model. He got whooped by an underwear model. Think about it. If I go up and I'm minding my own business, And there's another, and there's I don't know, let's just say a 35-year-old ex-boxer, 6'5", 6'5", 250 pounds cut, right? And he and I get into an argument and, we square up. I land a couple shots and then I get beat up. You know what I mean? And then he sticks his hand down. He say, all right, old man, don't try that shit again. And I say, man, still fuck you. And I take my ass whooping like a man, but the young man got the best of me. What can I say? The young man got the best of me. He's younger than me. He's bigger than me. I can throw hands, but he can throw hands too. I did my best. I landed some shots on his ass. He got a black eye and he's missing a fucking tooth. But I took an L. Hey, man, I took an L. I can understand that. I can take that. I can live with that L. Now, if I'm talking shit to a 16-year-old softball player, and I mean a 16-year-old female softball player, and then for some stupid reason, I swing at her, she ducks up underneath it, grabs me by both legs, suplexes my ass, bow, jumps on, landing shots, kicks me in the head. I'm losing teeth, and somebody has to pull her off me. Oh, that's a much worse ass whooping. Oh, that's a much worse ass whooping. Because I had no business talking all that shit to a girl, number one. Okay? What's up, Knockout Boxing 86 TV? Make sure you guys go subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. In that case, the ass whooping is much worse. There is no shame in losing to Terrence Crawford. None. None. There's no shame. Because he's the best fighter in the world. There's no shame. No shame. You lose to somebody you said was an underwear model and you were a +5, +800 over him. There is no rehydration clause, dummy. What are you talking about? There is no rehydration clause. Can you stop lying, frequent liar? Please stop lying, frequent liar. What rehydration clause? There is no rehydration clause. More fake news from the Hanos clan. There is no rehydration clause. So there's no shame in that. That's like the dude that I was talking to about contracts yesterday. What's your name? What's the dude's name that came up here? Dude, there is no shame in you not being up, you not knowing what a contract is. There's no shame in that. You're not a lawyer. You don't know what one is. I'm telling you don't know what one is. So I'm listening to you talk. I know you don't know what one is. I know you don't know what one is. You just don't know you don't know it. But there's no shame when I'm talking to you and just saying, listen to me for a second. You don't know what you're talking about. There's no shame in that. There's no shame if I'm talking to Derek James about what the best way to train a fighter for a championship fight is. There's no shame in me sitting and listening to him and saying, hey, man, I don't know what you know. There's no shame in that. The only shame comes when I act like I know what I'm talking about and he knows I don't. I know he don't, but I won't give up. That's when shame comes. So there's no shame in Errol Spence Jr. getting beat up by a guy that's a better fighter that most people thought was a better fighter off of a horrendous car accident and big ass layoffs. There's no shame in that. No shame. But there is shame in you losing to a guy that you called an exhibition fighter, C-level fighter that you are going to run through, and everybody thinks hey, dude, your drone videos, we're giving you playtime on, we're giving you airtime on your plane. Your Frequent Flyer channel is not even blocked. Watch this shit. Frequent Flyer says, can you unblock my Frequent Flyer channel? You're on your Frequent Flyer channel. Dude, did you forget what channel you on? You are on your frequent flyer channel. It says frequent flyer right there. What are you talking about, frequent flyer? Hold on, man. So no, the ass whooping, Devin's ass whooping is much worse. Much worse. Let me make sure. I'm going to go to your channel. Bro, what are you talking about? You are literally on your frequent flyer page, leaving a comment talking about, can you unblock your frequent flyer? No, I'm not reading this slower, bro. I don't have probably did. Can you unblock my frequent flyer channel? Haney hate Fanon. Can you unblock my flyer frequency channel? Haney hate is spilling over on my drone videos. What the fuck is a frequency flyer channel? I don't even know what a frequency flyer channel is. No, I'm sorry. I just opposed those words. Thank you for the correction. And the answer is no. The answer is no. Yeah, I read it wrong. Frequency flyer channel. Man, fuck all that. You shouldn't have it that close. No. Frequency flyer, fire frequency, no. No, you shouldn't have the names that goddamn close. No. You know I'm dyslexic. I already told you I'm dyslexic. Man, hell no. I can't unblock your other channels. Stay your ass right where you are. Live with it, baby. Live with that shit. I ain't about to try to read all your shit. Man, I got to speed read your shit. Hey, by the way, that's why you don't speed read. Remember when that guy said, good, and I'm going to block it again. What you talking about? And I will block that shit again. If I ever see frequency flyer, I'm going to block that shit. You got to stay right where you are, dog. Live with the ramifications of your bullshit. I don't get a new channel. I don't get to be like, can you actually, I don't even have ghost channels. Because I don't want to talk to y'all. Sometimes I think, you know what? I don't do that. Every once in a while, I'll think, you know what? I should get a ghost channel so I can talk shit on other people's channels and they won't know it's me. But you know what? You know what I think of every time I do that? This is a lesson for you young men. I'm telling you, and this is me being honest. I listen to you buffoons. I listen to you buffoons. I think you're buffoons. I swear I think you're dumb. Just being honest. I'm really arrogant like that. And my wife will tell you, my kids will tell you, everybody that knows me will tell you in a minute, dude, that I think you're dumb. I will tell you that you're fucking dumb. Because I think a lot of y'all are dumb. So I think to myself, you know what, man? I don't be wanting to fight with everybody all the time. Maybe I should get a ghost channel. And I should call it, like, I don't know, Ultimate IQ. Some stupid shit like that. So I could fry you in the comment section. But you know what's going to happen one day? You know what happens if I do that? One day, I'm going to forget that I'm on the wrong YouTube sign-in. One day I'm going to do that. And it's just going to say for non-international boxing. And people are going to be like, man, you thought, man, oh, man, that's really Fanon. That's really Fanon who's using a ghost account to troll me. That's what happened to Durant's bitch ass. Hey, is it? That's going to happen eventually. Fanon, you do come off a little bit elitist sometimes. No, bro, let me tell you what I am. I'm not sane. I'm not sane. And the reason that I'm not sane is I don't think like you do. And I know it. I don't think it's a good thing, but the problem is you all, to me, are dumb. I don't know what else I can say. I think you lack a certain amount of intelligence. I think you do. I lack a certain amount of mental stability. You lack a certain amount of analytical processing power. That's the way that I see it. because you all fall for horse shit on a regular basis. Who could possibly convince you that you can be a fan of boxing but not be a fan of boxers? Who the fuck could convince you of that? I have no idea how somebody can convince you of that. And since you actually believe it, I think that you lack a certain amount of analytical ability. If you do it long enough, I have to understand, okay, you don't have the capability to understand this. Okay? Like, hey, who got hops out here? Man, somebody got some hops out here. Okay? You may not, if you can jump, you may think, man, that basketball rim's not that high. Here, just let me throw it up. Boom, that's easy. But you don't understand, bro. That's because you got talent. Like so deep. I've been telling like this, hey, what's up? So deep. Oh, my guy, look, no joke. Real story, him right here. He's a better athlete than me. I'm a good athlete, but he's a better athlete. And the reason that I knew, and I always knew he was a better athlete, because whenever he wanted to do some shit that he never did before, he could just do it. Like, it'd be like this dude would jump, I don't know, man, say 23 feet, 22 feet, 23 feet or something. Then all of a sudden, somebody else would jump 24, and this bastard would go 24.5. Like, God dog. Like, how did you just go that much further than you've ever gone before? And I don't know. I just felt like it. Shit, I needed to jump there. See, that's talent. I don't have the ability to do that. So I got to admit, okay, athletically, I'm not at that level. And this particular event, I'm not at that level athletically. It's just what it is. I wasn't gifted with that. You all are fucking morons, though. Okay? And you let people with YouTube channels tell you things that any person with a normal range of intelligence could debunk for themselves very quickly. They are slow. Same way, OG, I know I'm smarter than the people I debate, so they come across arrogant because they're slow. No, they are slow. Watch, I'll give you an example. They are slow. Game recognized game. They are slow. Because you know what the number one thing is, knockout boxing? You know how somebody's slow? If you don't know what you better not try to do. I see Eugene under pressure. I'm going to give you an example with this guy right here. For example, when I was a kid, we had a German Shepherd, and it was crazy. That dog bit. It was a puppy palace dog. Clearly inbred nuts. Will definitely vicious, will definitely try to rip something off of anybody that comes near it. Okay, if you're not in the family, and half of the people in the family were scared of that dog. Like, that dog would bite people in the family if you played around with it too much. But somebody just said, hey, let me pet this dog. Oh, you're dumb. That dog's going to bite the shit out you. Hold on. God over everything. I love that name. It's a generational issue. Common sense is out the window. Some of y'all, it's just lack of ability, bro. Like this dude coming up taking L's every day. What do you want to lose at this time, man?
Good morning, fam. Hope
you learned how to pronounce the
beautiful
name.
Friday.
Yes. Beautiful Friday. Beautiful Friday.
So, I want to have a little conversation about.
I don't want to have a conversation,
with you. What do you want to have?
What are you going to accuse me of?
I'm not going to accuse you of anything. I just want to ask you about the debacle between Devin and Gary Antoine Russell and Shakur Stevenson.
There is what debacle?
The whole contract thing that he did something
Gary
wrong.
Antoine Russell, you're talking about Gary Russell Jr.
Oh, yeah, my bad. What I want to ask you was, what has this guy accomplished? When was Shakur Stevenson ever undisputed? to deserve a free lunch from
Uh, are you,
Shakur will never be undisputed
sir? I don't want to
at
talk dumb.
135.
You're just fucking talking dumb shit, okay? You're just talking a bunch of random dumb shit. You're wasting
You
my
don't want
time.
to answer?
Can you put that dumb shit? Can you put that dumb shit in the Cash App or something? That's just a bunch of random dumb shit you said. You're next. And he ran as quick as he could. I didn't kick him off either. In case you thought I kicked him off, no. No, he just came up with some random dumb shit. Like, what do you got to say about this debacle between Gary, Antoine Russell, Shakur, and Gervonta? Why isn't he ever accomplished something? He's never been undisputed. Like, what? That shit is just random, dog. You just grabbing shit and throwing it in a pot. Anyway, I'm glad that didn't last long. Every time he gets it's crazy, isn't it? It can hurt your head, can it? Hey, thank you, God over everything, man. I love that name, man, because I believe that. Yeah. Thank you, brother, for that support. Frequency IQ, Frequent Flyer's a bright guy. He don't even jump on here anymore. Exactly. Point proven. That's like, it's just, you're just going to say random shit, huh? Just say random wrong shit. I would like to know about this debacle. What fucking debacle? Devin got ducked. Devin ducked Shakur. How about that one? Devin ducked Shakur, according to Devin Haney fans. That's what happened. He doesn't be saying anything. He tried to say he's cooking it. Yeah, it's funny. I'm cooking you. Man, I don't even do a good African accent, man. You killing Senegal, man. Y'all are supposed to be. Stop with his. I mean, I'm gonna master this shit, hey, man. I want what's come to me. Hey, he said, I hate the way he walks. Hey, dog, that ain't a lie, dog. He ate, dog. They hate it. That's what I want what's coming to me. On the mic with Terrence Bailey. What's up, man? Oh, you still spinning, bro. We'll wait till you come up. Oh, there he is. What's going on, man? Freaking Flyer. What's going on? I see you, freaking Flyer. Don't run. Hey, watch this. Don't run away, freaking Flyer. What's going on? On the mic, I can't hear you, man. What's up, brother? You're froze. Nah, you're breaking up real bad.
Hey, Fanon.
There you go. I can hear you better now.
Hey.
Hey, you broke up. Hey, try to get in. Call back in like a couple minutes from a better area, brother. Freaking Flyer, what can you lie about today, dog?
Salute, OG. What's going on?
Salute, OG. Salute to you, old ass man.
Come on,
Salute
man. Unblock my flyer frequency page, man.
Did you get your AARP? Did you get your AARP membership letter yet? I know you did. I know you got your AARP membership offer. OG.
Come on, man. Unblock my flyer frequency page, man. I'm flying drones. I'm flying drones and people leaving comments cursing. You don't know ish about boxing. And Devin Haney got beat and all. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm flying a drone.
You famous, dog. You famous.
It's peaceful on my page, man. They coming over here with the
ruckus. Like T. Orlando said, you are a public figure. That's your ass.
I come over here for the violence, man.
Dog. Put it in the comment section, man, and I will put it in the thing, and I'll unblock it.
And all right, yeah. After I get off.
Now, is that all you wanted, dog? Or you got some? You got some? Are you trying to eat some crow?
You keep talking about me eating crow. You should be eating crow, man.
For what?
Because you said because you kept saying that Bill Haney, 40 mil bill, was lying about
I didn't say
Devin Haney being able to get out of not having to fight that rematch with George Kambosos, and then you were saying that Devin Haney definitely was going to fight Sandor Martin, that he wasn't going to be able to fight Ryan Garcia, and then what happened? Bill showed y'all how he didn't have to fight George Kambosos.
Oh,
He paid step
stop.
aside money to Sandor Martin,
Oh,
and he
stop.
ended up fighting
Oh,
Ryan
stop.
Garcia. So you need to eat crow from
I'm
that.
not going to unblock your other channel. If
Oh
you-
man, just because
I'm just telling you, I'm not gonna. Because number
you
one,
find any reason to just block me and stuff, man.
bro,
Come on, don't do
you-
me like that, OG.
let me know when you're gonna stop talking so I can respond to the first part of what you said.
I had to respond to what you said about not blocking my channel. How you gonna go back? You said you was gonna unblock it, and now you ain't gonna unblock it. All right, I'm gonna chill.
You sure you don't want to talk for another 15 minutes?
I can. Okay, so Devin Haney, no, go ahead.
As to your first point, when I said Bill Haney could not get out of the rematch with George Kambosos, he did not get out of the rematch with George Kambosos. Since he did not get out of the rematch with George Kambosos, there's no reason for you to believe that he could have gotten out of the rematch with George Kambosos. The only way that
I showed.
I'm not done talking. The only way that you would know that he had the ability to get out of that rematch is if he actually got out of the rematch. When I say he's going to have that rematch because he can't get out of it, and he winds up having the rematch like I said he would, that would mean that I was most likely right. But at the very least, there was nothing at all out there that would lead anybody else to believe that I was wrong. As to the Sandor Martin, him having to fight Sandor Martin, what I said was in order to get out of a fight with Sandor Martin, he has to pay step-aside money. Like I said about Devin Haney getting out of the George Kambosos rematch, that he would have to pay step-aside money. George Kambosos, Devin did not pay step-aside money to George Kambosos. We know that because the fight took place. Devin did pay step-aside money to Sandor Martin because Eddie Hearn acknowledged that he paid the step-aside money to Sandor Martin. So I was not incorrect. I was correct.
Okay, so to respond or rebuttal what you said the first time, he didn't have a reason to pay step aside money to George Kambosos to get out of the rematch because there was nothing on the table. He didn't get the fight with Tank. And that was the whole point. He was saying that he could have fought Tank if Tank had sent him an offer, or there was anything on the table with Tank. He didn't have to fight that fight. And basically you were saying that it was no way he could do that because he was stuck in that rematch clause with George Kambosos. But clearly he did show that he could have, had there been something on the table for him to get out of it for, because, he demonstrated that with the Ryan Garcia fight, because, the same situation just about, with Sandor Martin. He was ordered to fight Sandor Martin as his mandatory and all of that stuff. He didn't want to fight Sandor Martin. He wanted to fight Ryan Garcia. And so we know what happened with that. Like you said, he paid the step-aside money. But there was also another way that Bill said that he could have gotten out of that rematch clause with, that rematch with George Kambosos as well. He said that in the contract, it was for undisputed, for the belts. So he said since Tank didn't care about the belts, all he had to do was just drop the belts. And then he would be out of that rematch clause with George Kambosos, and he could have just gone and fought Gervonta Tank Davis. So how you like your crow? I cooked it up for you and everything. How you want to eat it?
So now what I need for you to do with that crow that you just cooked is to eat it. Because all you did was just agree with me, but you took 5 minutes to do it. Again, You just said that that Devin Haney paid step aside money to Sandor Martin, and that he could have paid step aside money to George Kambosos, but he didn't, which is exactly what I said. In order for him not to have a rematch with George Kambosos, he will have to pay step aside money. You just agreed and repeated with exactly what I said. I did not cut you off. I listened that entire time. All you just did was repeat what I said not 3 minutes ago, that George Kambosos, that Devin Haney had to take that rematch, and the only way he was going to get out of it is if he paid step aside money to George Kambosos. He did not pay the step aside money to George Kambosos. So since he didn't pay the step aside money to George Kambosos, like I said, he fought George Kambosos. And since he fought George Kambosos, there's no reason for you to believe that he didn't have to fight George Kambosos. So there's no crow for me to eat there. Then you went on again to say exactly what I had said, which is that Devin Haney did pay step aside money to Sandor Martin, and that's why he was able to get out of the fight. So you are asking me to eat crow when all you did is repeat what I said, which means you're agreeing with me. You're trying to get me to eat crow for agreeing with me. The only little trick you tried to pull was something that some extra fact you threw in there. And I can only assume it is to confuse people that are dumb, was that you said, well, there was another way Bill brought up that in the contract that the fight was for undisputed. And so all Devin Haney needed to do was drop a belt, and therefore he could have fought Gervonta Davis by just dropping a belt. Well, guess what? First of all, I don't believe that to be true. But even if we assume that it is true, guess what Devin did not do? Devin did not drop a belt. So Devin did not get out of that fight. So all you're doing again is bringing up, I think it's make-believe, but still getting back to my point that Devin did not do what Devin needed to do to get out of that fight, and that he took that fight. So there is no crow to me to eat for me being right about that and me being right about Sandor Martin, and you being wrong about both, but just trying to rephrase my statement, take credit for it, and tell me to eat the bullshit that's on your plate.
Okay, so Hanan, I didn't repeat. You keep saying I repeated the same thing that you said. I didn't repeat what you said.
You did.
I said, no, I didn't. I said, why would he pay step aside money with no fight on the table? That's what I'm saying. There was no fight on the table because nobody agreed to fight. Tank Davis didn't agree to fight Devin Haney. So why would he pay step aside money if there's no fight? And so I was saying that he demonstrated with the Ryan Garcia fight that there was a way that he could have gotten out of that rematch clause by just simply paying step aside money. See, in the beginning, you weren't saying he had to pay step aside money. You was just saying that he was in the rematch clause, that he had to fight that rematch before he did anything. And you were saying that we didn't know if he can fight another fight in between that or not. But now, since this situation happened with Devin Haney fighting Ryan Garcia and paying Sandor Martin step aside money, now the step aside money is being introduced into the first scenario because we see it happen for this scenario. But how could I have repeated what you said when I said there was no fight on the table for the first situation? And then the second situation,
like a half a fucking hour in a circle.
No, I'm about to land my drone right now.
You're talking.
I'm about to land my drone.
But land the fucking plane. Land your drone.
It's a drone, bro.
You're just talking.
You said he's definitely going to fight Sandor Martin.
That's enough.
You said he's going to fight Sandor Martin.
Enough. That's enough.
You didn't say he's going to fight Sandor Martin. I'm landing it.
Fire. That is enough. That's enough.
I just landed it. You heard?
So let's get back to number one lie. First of all, you told a lie. Then you brought up something that was completely irrelevant. Number one is the lie that I didn't say. You said that I said he couldn't have got out of it if he paid step aside money. That's a flat out lie.
I didn't say you said that.
You just said
What you call that? What you call that in the argument?
Okay, man. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to finish what I'm saying. Stop it. You absolutely just said that. That's why I raised my finger, because I was keeping track when you said it.
I said you didn't mention it. I didn't say you said that.
You didn't mention it is the same thing as saying didn't say it. That's a lie, because I did. That was my whole thing. I said that Devin Haney has to pay step-aside money to George Kambosos to get out of that fight. And since George Kambosos could be making $10 million in that fight, that's a lot of step-aside money to pay. And that's also what Calvin Ford said to Bill Haney on the Rise podcast. So I raised my finger to keep track of your lie.
I didn't hear you say that.
Man, stop talking, because I absolutely said that. Now, once we're going to get past that lie, let's get to the other thing that you said, which means nothing. It's a fart in the fucking wind. A fart in the wind, which was this. Why would Devin pay step-aside money if the fight wasn't guaranteed for him? My answer is that is completely irrelevant. Why he would or why he wouldn't. I'm not a mind reader. All I know is that he didn't. And since he didn't pay the step-aside money, then he had to fight George Kambosos. You're trying to talk about some sub-irrelevant point about what feelings Devin had. But even if I wanted to get into that, I would tell you why. Because Gervonta can't even negotiate with him until Devin is free and clear because of something called tortious interference with contractual and business relations. Gervonta cannot make an offer to Devin Haney, who has a different promotional outfit, when he knows that Devin is under contract for somebody else. Devin has to free himself of his obligation before Gervonta can make him an offer. So, number one, does it not even matter because Devin didn't do it. And my whole point is Devin did not get out of that fight, so there's no reason for me to believe that he could have got out of the fight. And guess what? Coulda means and when I say he couldn't get out of the fight, I mean he doesn't have enough money to buy George Kambosos out of that fight. He doesn't have enough money. Just like I can't buy a Bugatti. If I had $50 billion, I could buy a Bugatti, but since I don't, I can't. So since Devin didn't have the money to pay George Kambosos step aside and Top Rank Bob Arum money to get out of his contract, he couldn't do it. And since he didn't do it, there's no evidence that I was wrong. Since he didn't do what I said he couldn't do, there's no evidence of me being wrong because I said that he couldn't do it and he didn't do it. So there's no crow. And then on to George Campbell, on to Sandor Martin. I absolutely said just that Devin has to pay step aside money to Sandor Martin. Who's going to pay the step aside money to Sandor Martin? Guess who wound up paying it? Eddie Hearn wound up paying it. So I was not wrong about either one of those things. You want to do this, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to do next. What you're going to do next is try to get me to guess what people were thinking. And you're going to ask me a question about why didn't somebody do this? And why didn't he do that? And why would he do this? And why wouldn't he do that? You're going to try to get me to answer a bunch of irrelevant ass questions that where the answer only moves us away from my point. I have no crow to eat for being right. None. I do not have to eat any crow when I'm right. And I was right on both counts. I was right that Devin Haney was not going to get out of that rematch clause because he couldn't afford to get out the rematch clause. And the evidence is that he didn't get out of it. And Sandor Martin having to get step aside money from Devin for Devin to fight somebody other than Sandor Martin. I was right about that too. because Eddie Hearn said he paid the step-aside money. So now go ask me a question that's going to get me way off in the fucking woodwork, frequent flyer.
Fanon, you omitted a whole part of my argument. My mind don't work the way that these other guys who you be going up against. I'm a different person, bro.
What part
you said
I omit?
You omitted the whole fact that I said that Devin Haney was undisputed, and so the contract was for he was trying to fight for undisputed, a rematch for undisputed. Devin Haney was already undisputed.
No,
he had that accolade. See, I was quiet. I didn't cut you off. I was quiet. I didn't cut you off. Let me finish.
I addressed that. But you are going to take me to something that is completely irrelevant. I did address.
I'm not. You gotta be fair.
I don't have to be fair. I did.
Yeah, you don't have to, but it's only respectable that you do. Though I'm saying that if he okay, so you said he couldn't get out of that rematch, but had he dropped, you said ask you a question. I'm about to ask you a question now. Had Devin Haney dropped all the belts, you think George Kambosos would still be trying to fight him? You think he wouldn't be able to get out by dropping all the belts and not being undisputed anymore? There's nothing to fight for anymore. So that is a valid way for him to get out of that rematch clause. But you're trying to sit here and paint all these different pictures about something else while omitting that big fact that the elephant in the room is that he was undisputed and he said he can drop the belts. And so that was a clear way for him to get out of that rematch clause without even having to pay the step aside money. You know, so your argument of saying that he didn't have enough to pay him for step aside money is mute. If he can just drop the belts and don't pay anything, he's paying them what he wants. He wants the belts. So if he dropped the belts, he's out of it. And he can fight whoever he want to fight. He can fight Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, whoever.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. You done too?
Number one, I already addressed it because here's what, and this is how I addressed it in two parts. Well, I didn't do but I will now do it in two parts. But first, I'm going to have you tell you that you did exactly what I said. You're going to ask me questions that have nothing to do with the topic. The fact is that Devin Haney did not drop his belts. Since he did not drop his belts, it doesn't matter whether he could or could not have gotten out of that fight if he dropped his belts. Because guess what? He didn't do it. I guess if he would have got in a car accident and broke both of his legs, he could have got out of it too. But he didn't do it. I guess if aliens from Mars came down and invaded the United States, then hey, he could have activated the force majeure clause of his contract with acts of God, because who could have predicted that Martians would come and take over the US? You can list a bunch of things that never happened because they didn't happen. That's how I addressed it. He didn't do it. So who knows if it would have worked or not? Not me or not you. So I refuse to go down your rabbit hole because he didn't pay the step aside money and he didn't drop his belts. So me saying that he couldn't get out of it, there's no proof that he could have, other than your hypothetical bullshit that you want to pull up. And I can pull just as many hypotheticals out of my ass as you can. Like, what happens if Godzilla burned down Australia? I guess that shit could have happened. There could have been a sea monster that jumped out and burned up all of Australia. Couldn't he have gotten out of the fight then? You want any more ridiculous woulda, coulda, bidda, shouldas that didn't happen? The fact of the matter is he didn't drop his belts, so we don't know. What we do know for sure, though, is that he fought George Kambosos. He did not pay step aside. He did not drop his belts. You want me to speculate about whether or not he could have or not, which I don't want to engage in because there's no reason for me to engage in it because I was already right. He's gonna fight George Kambosos again. He will not pay the step aside money, and he's not going to drop his belts. And guess what? He didn't pay the step aside money, and he didn't drop his belts. So there's no reason for me to eat any know. Just because you can come up with wild concocted theories that never took place. I guess he wouldn't have had to do it if an Amazon python had crawled out of George Kambosos' toilet and choked him to death. Wouldn't he have been out of the fight then too? And then he would have been free? If a 90-foot python crawled out of a toilet and choked George Kambosos to death? Would you like to come up with any other completely irrelevant, wild-ass, dumb shit that didn't take place? And ask me what I think about it? So let me indulge you for 1 second in this stupid fucking conversation you want to have.
Hold on.
About what did not. I let you finish. About what didn't happen. He didn't drop his belts. And I will tell you why I think he wouldn't drop his belts for multiple reasons. Like I told you then. He's not going to drop his belts because he's going to get sued for breach of contract. Because if the rematch clause calls for him to fight for those belts and he dropped them, he would be breaching his agreement. That's breach of contract. Frequent flyer.
For now, remember when George Kambosos first got the belts, right?
Excuse me, sir. I'm going to let you go.
You going to land your plane?
I'm going to go back to serious conversations, hopefully with serious people. I already answered your question. I do not have to eat crow for something that I was right about. And all of your fictitious maybe, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I can come up with a bunch of that bullshit, but none of it actually happened. As it relates specifically to could he have dropped all of the belts, his ass would have got sued for breach of fucking contract. Because he would have. Because he had a duty to rematch him for the belts. If he drops the belts, purposely drops the belts on his own accord, that is him refusing to perform under the terms of the agreement. That is textbook breach of contract.
You talking a hypothetical now?
No, it's not hypothetical. It is.
You saying what they would do, but they
textbook breach of contract. It's textbook breach of contract. He had an agreement. Frequent flyer. No need to spread ignorance around young black people that need to know better.
Nobody's spreading ignorance. Come on, man. You just don't want to let me talk.
I need for you not to spread ignorance to young people that need to know better. If I agree to fight you for 4 belts, and I say I will fight you if you give me a chance to win those 4 belts back. I give you a chance to fight for the 4 belts, you beat me, and then you drop the belts. You're not giving me an opportunity to fight for those 4 belts. And I entered into an agreement with you. And one of the consideration that I would get is a rematch for those belts. You are not allowed to drop them. If you intentionally drop them, that is breach of contract. Because I gave you what you wanted, which was a fight. Make sure I get the people right. If I held all 4 belts, and I will fight you, frequent flyer, but in exchange for that, you have to give me a rematch if you win for an opportunity to win those 4 belts.
You swapped out your battery and flew again. You're not going to let me fly?
If you drop those belts, you are not able to give me what you promised, which was a chance to fight for those 4 belts again. That's breach of contract. Now go away, frequent flyer. Go away. Okay? You're not about to spread ignorance to the young black youth. You're not going to convince somebody they can get out of a contract by refusing to perform under the terms of the agreement. It's a generation issue. Common sense is out the window, man. Frequent flyer ain't telling the truth. I hate his gums because they black. My God, man. And no, frequent flyer, I am not unblocking your channel. Let me go all the way to the end of this. See how they try to do you? This man, did he eat his crow? Now watch this. Did he eat his crow? No. He never ate his crow. See, frequent flyer? You never ate your crow. You just sat there and had a 30-minute conversations with me about why I should eat crow for having been right. And you want to know why people don't like Devin Haney? That's why. Frequent flyer, I know exactly what you're doing before you do it. You suck, frequent flyer. You just make somebody work for it. That's it. Hey, everybody. And still blocked. Everybody go to frequent flyer. Hey, somebody put a link to frequent flyer's channel in that motherfucker. And go leave him a comment on his drone videos. Negro need a day. Exactly. He sat there and pushed the crow around the table and never took a bite. And he thought, oh man, let me distract him. That's what all y'all do. That's all y'all do is distract people, man. You distract, you deflect. There's no, you don't get anything, bro. Hey, said a little contribution for the weekend. It's hard work. It's hard work. I know. It's so deep. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Man, that's huge. That's my brother right there. Look, man, for real. Y'all are not that smart. Okay? You're not going to get me on that, bro. You're never going to convince me I need to eat crow because I was right. Because of the possibility that maybe I could have been wrong. I was right. How am I going to eat crow for being right? You're going to tell me I need to eat crow for somebody winning a fight? No, freaking flyer, for real. I'm going to have to put you on timeout, man. You got to stop. Ain't no way. You got to stop that shit. Dude, no, oh man, Manny, it's not even about that. It's about the fact that these guys try to guilt trip. There's regular ways that people try to win arguments. There are ways that people try to win arguments. Guilt tripping and hypotheticals. And they like to ask a lot of questions. Dude, listen to your favorite debater on YouTube and get a running number of how many questions they ask you. Look, no joke. The next time, I don't care who it is that's debating on YouTube, every time they ask a question, deduct a point. Seriously, every time they ask a question, deduct a point. If the question is not something like, I'm sorry, can you repeat what you said? Not that. Whenever they try to get you to expound on a question, pay attention to one, what's the question? And what does the question take? Where does the question take the conversation? You will seriously be talking about pinball machines. Fucking around with frequent flyer, you'll be arguing about you'll start talking about who won the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, and you'll be talking about the ping pong world championships 5 minutes from now. They'll be having you talk about that shit. Well, but a ping pong player, what do you think about the ping pong world championship, though? Why wasn't Devin there? If Ryan's really the better fighter, why didn't Ryan Garcia wear yellow shorts? Man, come on. He was wearing yellow shorts. What do you think about that? His daddy said that he was going to stop him in 2 rounds, but he stopped him in 5. So he didn't really win, did he? Now tell me, how many Puerto Rican volleyball players won an Olympic gold medal in 1962? Man, if y'all don't stop that cornball shit with me, man, it is never going to work. Always be like, but in 1776. Oh, why are you hating on the black man? No. Why are you hating on the black man? No. Come on, Devin's father's from the streets, though. What does Devin's father from in the streets got to do with his ass getting beat the fuck up? But what? He could have got out of the rematch if, yeah, I got your ifs. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Okay, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. They be thirsty for a win against you, bro. Oh, man, they gonna be fucking dry thirsty looking for that shit with me. I'm not doing none of that shit with y'all, man. I'm not doing none of that shit with y'all. I am, first of all, you're gonna have to come here. You're gonna have to, because there ain't no bully pulpit. Ain't no fucking bully pit. I whooped Claymore Reigns' ass on a new dude. You don't want me uncut now. You don't want the shit uncut now. Anyway, here's this link again, bro. That was embarrassing. Flyer frequent. You blink my fire frequent, man. You don't get hell no. Bill got it, man. Dude, seriously, I will fry Bill Haney in a debate, bro. Just so that you know. No. Dude, I will fry y'all, bro. Okay? I will fucking fry you. This shit will not be close, dog. Because I'm studying now. I was listening to Norm Finkelstein debate this guy, Destiny. I was like, this dude, Destiny, do the same shit these YouTube dudes be doing. Go to Wikipedia and ask you 7,000 questions. Well, hey, let me ask you a question. Well, hold on, man. What about this question? And what about, man, you are, dude, man, no joke, man. If y'all don't know who he is, Norm Finkelstein is, man, that shit was hilarious. Norm Finkelstein said to this YouTube dude, he's like, you are such a monumental moron. It is painful. It is painful. It pains me to listen to this level of idiocracy coming out of your pie hole. Bro, I was like, and the dude next to him was like, don't do that. You're going to lose the broader audience. And I was like, no, Norm, you got it right. You have evolved your argument style to the YouTube. You gotta get the sound bites. You can't be having a long, droning conversation without giving them you got to give them a little smoke. Oh man, but when he said, you are such a monumental moron, it gave everybody the soundbite that they needed. Oh no, seriously, man, that dude is a fucking buffoon. I didn't even mute you, frequent flyer. I didn't even mute you, liar. I didn't even mute you. We didn't. Oh, I'm definitely on steroids. Oh, I'm gonna already tell you, I'm gonna pop dirty on a PED test for debate. Oh, I'm gonna pop dirty. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm definitely gonna pop dirty for sure. It is. I am definitely on some performance enhancers, Negro. You better believe I'm on some performance enhancers when it comes to this shit. The fuck you think? You bet you got that shit right. I will fail that test. Because ain't nothing fair here with me arguing with your ass about this shit. It is not a fair fight, bro. It is not a fair fight, dog. Hell nah, dog. It's called genetic supremacy, homie. I am definitely on the juice when it comes to this. I'm telling you, man, I'll get you coming and going. I'll do the nigga debate. You want one? Man, come on, bro. The point is Devin got his ass whooped. Each one must decide in his heart that Devin did not lose. How can God lose reluctantly? Let me tell you something, man. How can a God lose reluctantly and under compulsion? For Bill loves a cheerful liar. The law of Bill 5:14. Oh, I definitely got the IVs, dog. Don't think it's fair. It's not fair, dude. No, it's not fair. Dog, I can tell. Oh, a nigga debate? Oh, it's easy. First of all, I can fight, so you're going to be careful fucking around just trying to jump me, okay? You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about one where you're really arguing, bro. I can talk loud and I won't quit. I can crack jokes for sure. I know you're not educated, bro. Dude, what grade you get out of? I need for you to tell me before you talk to me what grade you got out of. You ain't no real school nigga. Watch this shit. You not no real school nigga. What grade you get out of? What grade you get out of? I got out of the 19th grade, boy. I got out of the 19th grade. What grade did you stop? I got out of the 19th grade. What'd you stop? In the 11th? How the fuck you gonna debate me, Negro, when you didn't even get out the 12th grade, let alone the 16th grade, and didn't even have a chance to get in the 17th grade, 18th grade, or 19th grade? Fuck you talking about? You ain't no real school nigga. You ain't no real educated nigga. You ain't no real college nigga. I'm a hellified college nigga. You think you can be in the streets and you can debate a real school nigga? I'm a real educated nigga. For real. For real, for real. How you gonna fuck with me? In some school shit. In some hellified school shit. How you gonna fuck with me in some hellified school shit? Nigga, you better stay the fuck away from me. Nigga, I got an intellectual Uzi, and I will spray that shit all over the place. You better get the fuck out my face. Man, I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm telling you the truth. I got an intellectual Uzi, and I will spray that shit all over the place. You better fucking believe it ain't no fair fight. Tell me I'm lying. You better stay away from me. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I got an intellectual all over the place, bro. All over the place. You can't fuck with me with that. Every time they try to fuck with me, what happens? Don't come fucking with me. I'm telling you, I worked hard for mine. I worked hard for mine. You out here in the gym. I'm in the classroom, bum. Were you kidding me? You out here blood, sweat, and tears. I'm here sweating tears. Sweating tears and stress. Sweating tears and stress. Going to look at grades on walls like, oh, God, please don't let me fail. Did I get an A? Oh, God, no, that's a 79. I got to repeat. Man, if this is a fucking 59, I got to repeat this fucking class. Please, no. You don't even know what it is. You don't know what it is to open that letter and be like, did I get in? Waitlisted. Fuck, I wanted to go to Tulane. Tulane, I got waitlisted. You don't even know nothing about a wait list. You don't know nothing about no wait lists. You don't know nothing about no cum laude. You don't know nothing about no summa cum laude. You don't know what it is to amjur. You don't know what the fucking words mean. You ain't no real school nigga. You ain't no real educated nigga. You ain't. You don't have a PhD wife that you got to help read her papers. You don't edit PhD. You ain't out here being asked to edit no goddamn dissertations. When have you had your wife be like, I'm mad you will not edit my dissertation? You ain't no real educated nigga. You better sit your bum ass down. Stop fucking talking to me, trying to debate me. Are you crazy? You was in jail, nigga. I was in college. What are you talking about? You think that, yes, it is an unfair fight, bro. You don't know what it is, dog, to be able to stay in them LSAT streets. You don't know what it is in them LSAT streets. You think it's easy work to be fucking with them cats that are that goddamn smart, working that damn hard, and you got to compete with them for money? You know what it is to have to compete against a girl with a photographic fucking memory from Brown University and have to be like, I got to score what she scores or I don't eat? But you guys want to come debate? Man, sit down. Shut up and learn. I'm overqualified for this. I'm overqualified, you bums. Red Bulls and dissertations, no doughs and dissertations. You don't know nothing about that, bro. You don't know about that, dog. What's going on, Sean?
What's going on, Fanon? How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm having fun, man. I'm just joking because they talking about being hellified street knuckles.
Oh, God, man, I wish they would just let that shit go, man. I'm sure Martin, I'm sure, or Fanon, I'm sure you've gone through this before. I can't stand when black people act like the streets and being street is what defines us. Like being studious and being intelligent and being book smart and being about actual legitimate business isn't black. I can't stand that. Like I remember growing up, getting good grades and everything, and people be like, why are you trying to be white by studying and doing all this? Like, I can't stand that shit. And to me, this reminds me of that stuff, man. I cannot stand that. I wish they would just leave that shit alone.
I trying to convince you, and they got so many kids in those neighborhoods that are so brilliant.
Right.
They get guilt tripped into not utilizing the talent that they have.
Right.
Amazingly talented people in all those neighborhoods, and they're just led the other way. Like, no, go that way.
Right.
Musicians. We go ahead, brother. I'm listening to you.
Right. It's almost like, and if you think about it, right, if somebody can go through and become a kingpin, right, in the streets, imagine if they actually applied that type of talent and know-how and thought process to doing it right, how far they could go along in their lifetime. You know what I mean? Legitimately, without having to look over their shoulder or worry about, going to prison or worried about somebody turning on them and putting a bullet in them. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But anyway, what I wanted to bring something up that I found it pretty that the one's really touching on. But let's put the shoe on the other foot. What if Devin Haney was Sandor Martin and Sandor Martin had all these belts and they kept paying him step aside money to not fight him? Wouldn't these YouTube channels that are usually advocating for Devin Haney and really don't have anything else better to do with their time other than advocate for Devin Haney, wouldn't they be calling Sandor Martin a duck? Like,
I'm just that again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying. Can you do that again?
Is if the opposite was true of what's going on right now. So Devin Haney holding a WBC belt, and so currently right now he holds the belt. They paid Sandor Martin step aside money before so that he can fight other people like Regis, like Ryan Garcia and whatnot. What if it was the opposite? What if Sandor Martin had the WBC belt and Devin was trying to get a fight with him and they kept paying him step aside money for him not to fight him?
Oh, they call him a duck.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like no one's really talking about this. I'm like, y'all would be calling this dude a duck. Like all of these channels that regularly advocate for Devin no matter what, that Devin's always right. I call them now the LDHP because that's really what it is, versus what they really go by. But they would be calling this man a duck. So like I hope that all of this thing, like to be honest with you, with Ryan Garcia, with this whole drug thing, I think this is all wrong for Devin Haney. I honestly think it'd be better if realistically, and I know a lot of people are probably I'm gonna be a contrarian in this view, but I think the best thing that could happen for Devin Haney is if it turned out that Ryan did not use and that it was a contamination and it's clearly proven. And here's why. Because if they hold on to this whole drug thing, I don't know that Devin gets better. I was honestly hoping that through this loss that I could come around and become a Devin Haney fan, to see how he behaves afterwards and how he puts himself together. And I was hoping that all of this shit would die in this over marketing, this over propaganda, over propagating. I'm not even sure if that's the right terminology.
Over propagandizing.
Yeah. This, of Devin Haney.
Propaganda. I believe it's
Yeah.
propaganda.
I was hoping that this would die after this loss. You know what I mean? Like that people will come to their senses and then just be realistic about things. You know what I mean? But it's turning out that it don't seem like that's going to happen, because realistically, I think that if Tank had channels like them following him, I don't even think I would like Tank as much if it was happening, you know? And so I think they're doing more harm than good, you know, with the over advocating for Devin Haney and not showing that you can just be honest and acting like, you know, like Devin doesn't have any flaws and that every move that he make is the right move. I get what's your thoughts on that? I know I've been rambling a lot. I didn't want to keep
Look,
on
let me tell
going.
you something, man. First of all, I kind of got I want to respond to both things that you said.
Yeah.
Number one, if young black people, this is my true belief, young black people, and I'm telling you specifically, this is going to sound a little funny, but I'm talking about specifically young, very black-skinned black people were completely focused on mathematics, they build a pyramid. Because of the combination between the creativity and the raw intellectual capacity, there's no problem that they would not be able to solve.
Right.
And I do definitely believe that is known. And the reason why I say that that's known is because there was a book called The Bell Curve that was written when I was a young man. And it basically was an argument that was made against college education or subsidizing of college education, because it said if you don't have, your family did not come from college and you've not been put in that situation and, you know, where your family has experience, that you won't be familiar with the environment and you will not succeed in that environment. Right. But in this, they looked at the IQs of groups of children, you know, the Asians, blacks, Latinos, Europeans. And there was one group of people that stood out before school started that was higher by far than everybody. It was black kids.
Interesting.
Black kids' IQs and their abilities are much higher than every other group until they get in school. And once they get in school, it drops because of the miseducation of black kids. And the fact that you have something where there, for whatever reason, won't go into it. But there is, in my personal experience, I have never, and I really did test very, very much borderline off the chart for that. And I really know, at least I believe that I know, whenever I run across somebody that I'm like, Jesus, that person is super fucking intelligent. Like, there are people that I'll meet every once in a while that really do shock me. And most times they're Africans. They just fucking shock me about how intelligent they are. So if I think that there's a intentional miseducation of black people, and there's no reason, there's no doubt why Indians, who really are black people too, but just with straight hair and migrated over to that area, do so well in the math and the sciences, because in India they made such a big focus of it. Right. If you go to, like, and one of the things that people don't necessarily understand is that some of the greatest scientists come out of Alabama. Like, very, very underrated how great black people are from Alabama specifically in the math and the sciences and STEM. From Alabama A&M to Tuskegee to those and the schools that are there, because they have like 100-year history of being educated and exceeding in mathematics in Alabama. But that, when you listen to the music that we listen to, or even like the overemphasis of mathematics, of music, diminishes the focus on mathematics, because anybody that knows coding and are looking for like talented coders or talented mathematicians are looking for musicians. Right. The kids that are coming up with the best beats, the best music, right? Those are young
Right.
black kids coming up with that. That's if they take that same focus and they put it on mathematics, you're going to get people looking at mathematics in entirely revolutionary ways. But I'm not
Yep.
necessarily a math type of guy.
Right.
Like I remember going, like they used to be, the housing projects in Chicago used to be like you drove down the Eisenhower or the Kennedy, and you could go down, you'd be driving for like 15 minutes and nothing but these high rise buildings, black people in the projects.
Right.
And I remember thinking, okay, if I am in the top 1% of IQs in the world, and there are 500,000 people in that particular building, 1% of what's 1% of 500,000? What is that,
Right.
5,000?
Yeah.
That means there's 5,000 people in there smarter. And it doesn't take that many people. It takes maybe 15, 20 different people. And then you see like what comes out later about what the contributions are to NASA of those black women that were mathematicians.
Right.
You're going to see this. You will see the same thing out of guys like Kanye West, or see things the guys that are writing those ghost beats and all of that stuff. They would absolutely be terrific mathematicians because they think in that fashion. So, but as far as, go ahead, man.
Sorry. You know what's funny that you said that about the math? So growing up, so I've always been in advanced classes. Like, so I came up in IB. So IB is like above AP. And I started that as a 6th grader all the way through a senior. And I had to beg my mom to get out of it because as a senior, I was like, Mom, I got great grades. I'm a great athlete. I'm going to get into school. I'm going to get into college, like, off the athletics. And I have the grades anyway. So let me get out of this, because when you become a junior, the homework becomes unbearable. You have hours upon hours. And then I was somebody, I told you I came up military. So I worked, and I was a top athlete, and I had to deal with the schoolwork, so I'd be up to midnight, 1 a.m. a lot of times finishing my work because, we played in some other town, and, that was an hour away in the evening, and then I got back home. You know what I mean? But going back to what you were saying about math, growing up, math was not my strong suit. I got good at math when I got in college. I got good at, because my mom was the one that pushed me into finance. She was like, you get a finance degree, you can basically do what you want. So I got into that, and then I learned that everything is an equation. And then if you can kind of go use the equation off the frame as the framework, you can figure out any particular problem. And so I ended up becoming very good at math. And then, I started, my goal was to get to Wall Street. I started off with a publicly traded investment management firm, and I started studying for my CFA. And that's when I realized that I was very strong at math when I was studying for my
financial advisor,
analyst.
Analyst, okay.
Yeah,
certified financial analyst. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so a lot of your folks, like your portfolio managers, those that are making the buy sell recommendations of what stock to buy and sell, like for a portfolio that they're managing, like those millions and billions of dollars, a lot of those guys have CFAs, or the folks that those portfolio managers rely upon to give them the information. The ones that are combing through the financials, they're the ones talking to, the CFOs of these companies to really get an understanding as to whether or not the public should be buying and what's going on with their company. They have CFAs. And so that's what I wanted to get to. And a lot of people fail the CFA exam. Like, it's one of the harder exams you can take. Like it covers everything from ethics, accounting to corporate finance, everything. And I remember it's three exams. I remember with the first exam, you take one in the morning and you take one in the afternoon, and each session is 2 hours. In each of those sessions, I walked out with an hour left, and I already reviewed all of my stuff, and I scored the top of the charts with that. Then I got to the second level, which is the highest one, the hardest one out of the three. But when I got to that second level, I realized I didn't want to do that anymore. So I honestly didn't even study that much for that. And I still nearly passed that exam, and I barely put any effort into that. So I bring that point up to tell you, like, you're absolutely right when it comes to like mathematics. If you apply and you actually try and don't get intimidated by the numbers, and like with anything, it's all about repetition. Like, if we pushed, education and academics more within our communities and not just sports as a means of getting somewhere, we'd be surprised. I mean, you couple that with creativity, and the world, the sky's the limit. And another book that's similar to what you were talking about is, I think there's one by a guy named Malcolm Gladwell, and he had a book called Outliers, which I think is similar. That I think is a similar topic about that. About
Outliers. Well, the premise of Outliers was kind of different, because Outliers, they were talking about I think Outliers is, I can't remember which one of those, but Outliers talked about like the 10,000 hours before you master something. But it also another one that he had talked about how they were people who had really high intelligence but didn't do very well because of the difficulty with conforming and adhering to the way society wants you to learn. But there's a lot of interesting topics on that. But I've got a good friend that's my wife's best friend, one of her best friends, husband works for NASA and he's an engineer. So I can't remember what type of. Basically, what he does for a living is he designs space stations and is really like in like cybersecurity for space stations. So he's basically designing programs that or engineering solutions that will allow you to, spy on satellites and narrow the amount of space in between that the stuff is trapped. But brilliant dude, I think he got his PhD I think he got 2 PhDs, but one is from MIT and the other, but ultimately he's from Alabama. But when his daughter is, I want to say his daughter is like a junior in high school or a sophomore in high school, but she's already in college level calculus. But the way they talk about math is like it's fun. Like it's like a game to them. Like the way that he thinks about it, he's like, man, the reason that you're probably not good as math is because it was never fun. Like, but music is fun, right? But math is not made fun. Like So anyway, I'll bring it back. Big Ricky, I'll bring it. Ricky, we talk about things other than boxing every once in a while. But anyway, as to whether or not he would have been called a duck, yes, absolutely would be called a duck. But they don't. But they start with their conclusion. Hey, thank you, frequent flyer latency. Thank you. They start with their conclusion and work backwards. And that's where you see it consistently, like on those YouTube channels. The reason what they're going to say and what their opinion is going to be, and their argument works from their conclusion back to their explanation. Right. Where if what a rational person would do, or a quote unquote unbiased person would do, is you would start with the data, and then you would work forward to the conclusion. Right. And when you do that, that's why you see the inconsistencies. Because if it was George Kambosos, of course, well, what's the conclusion? Well, if George Kambosos, Devin wants to fight with George Kambosos, and George Kambosos doesn't give it to him, George Kambosos ducked. But if Devin doesn't want to fight with George Kambosos, and who doesn't want to fight with Sandor Martin, and even if it's the same situation, well, there's a good reason for it. So that's why you see Frequent Flyer, who applies to that type of logic. He says, we're going to start with the conclusion that Devin is right. So look at Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson was the mandatory for Devin Haney, without a doubt. The fight, they had acknowledged that they were going to fight. He sent a note to the WBC to say, hey, we want you to start the mandatory negotiation, 30-day negotiation period. And that's all he did. And then and then Devin dropped the belt. But why was that a duck? Shakur ducked because he asked for the fight. He just didn't ask for the fight in the right way. He didn't give Devin exactly what Devin wanted by asking for what he thought he deserved, and didn't just do what Devin wanted. That's not a duck for Devin. But if Lomachenko, Devin wasn't even Lomachenko's mandatory, if Devin says I'm the mandatory, even though he's not, he magically becomes the mandatory, and none of the other rules around fighting for unification titles matter. None of that stuff, because they start with the conclusion and they try to make their logic fit it.
I definitely think Devin would have lost had he fought him back when he was originally calling for him. I think it's probably worked out for his benefit that it happened years later. When he fought Lomachenko. I think that if he would have got the fight originally when he was asking for it, I think he would have definitely lost that fight back then.
Shit,
I think it worked out.
I thought he lost the fight. He did fight.
Right. But I don't think it would have been close. You know what I mean? Like I think it would have been like definitive, like Loma, because he. So
you're breaking up. I can't hear.
I think it worked out to his benefit that it ended up being a little bit later.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I gotta run. Someone else is calling me. Yeah, I'll see you, man.
For sure. Hey man, it's wonderful, and thank you again. I appreciate you, man, for that last conversation. And remember, man, just so you know, dog, if there's something that I do that doesn't sit right with you, you can always email me because I definitely value the conversation with you, Sean. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I don't take this stuff personal. So
okay, cool. Thank you, brother. Peace. Man, it was a good conversation. Let me read these. Frequency IQ boxing. Frequency B. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'll change it to. This is a general. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's some dummies in any generation. I hate his gums because they black. So deep. I got my guy so deep. Thank you, so deep. Mass Arms in the building said, I haven't been around lately, but I'm still a member. Thank you, Mass Arms. Real street dudes never. Mike Green said, real street dudes never use streets for clout. It's the ones that grew up getting chased in school. I'm not gonna lie, man. I got some cousins that are real like criminals. They're like for real criminals. Never heard them talk about it. I grew up around friends that got crimp, didn't say anything about it. You're stealing. What are you talking about? I had to figure it out myself. Anyway, here's a link, man. Thank you for that support, man. Really, 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 truly. And I'm sorry if I got a little too heady. We got a little too heady, but there's more to life than boxing, and this is related. Devin Duck Shakur, Loma Duck Shakur, Pitbull Duck Shakur. How Devin? Yeah, I think that. Well, Devin said he couldn't make the weight. I believe him. Shakur Duck, Loma Duck Shakur, how? And Pitbull Duck Shakur, how? He fought for a championship. Because real dudes don't do it. Yeah, man, Anyway, man, but no joke, man. It ain't easy, man, because I got some friends. Like, I'm getting ready for an argument with a friend of mine. And I'm studying for that shit. Because he's excellent at it. This dude is going to be very difficult. And I got to behave, too. I can't yell. There ain't none of that. So I got to make sure I know what my argument is. And how to neutralize his in every way. Because we play it like chess. He never beats me. But he said he was smart enough to say, hey, let's stop this. I'm going to spend some time making sure I batten down what I know because you're introducing me to things that I haven't heard before. Hell yeah, I'm studying for that. Look, man, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Nah, man, game recognized game. And dog, he looks very familiar. Very, very familiar. And he's a better student than me. He's a better student. He sounded like someone who wasn't in the streets growing up and wants to be in the street guy. Honestly, man, he seems like he's putting on a persona. But honestly, man, you're from Oakland. So, I know it's there. But dog, it ain't like you from a war zone. Well, I don't like that y'all hate on Shakur so much. I think that is unjust. I think your hatred of, I'm making sure I understand. I still am telling you that I agree. My natural reaction, though, is to 100%. He ain't from DC. Yeah, like you're not from the West Side. Like them West Side, I'm not playing with them West Side dudes. I grew up with a healthy respect from them dudes from the West Side of Chicago. I don't mess with wet people from the West Side. They're crazy. I don't mess with people from the. If you say you're from the South Side of Chicago, I'm gonna ask where you're from before You're from the South Side. Where on the South Side? Because that's a big ass area. If you're from the West Side, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not deal with you. Hey, support for the best boxing channel. Thank you, brother. Because when I grew up, people from the West Side played for keeps. For sure played for keeps. Hey, my guy. Hey, thank you so much, Brandon. And Fight Game. Personalized. Thank you, Fight Game. Said, hey, man, Errol lost to the best fighter, but took the L like a man and showed his face at the post-fight. Devin still hasn't accepted his L. No shame, and he didn't even show up. What's your position for Nan in the debate? I don't know what my position is. I don't believe that. But see, it has to form. The debate has to form. Because his answer to me was, he said, don't you have the right to self-defense? So immediately he was taking the pro-Israel. He was taking the that stance. He's more, generally speaking, he's more right center. Hey, I saw you, frequent flyer. West Side foot, man, I don't fuck with the West Side, bro. There ain't no good point at the West Side. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there ain't no good side of the West Side. I'm not fucking with the West Side. Their link is a frequent flyer. Oh, you put it. Oh, I'm not unblocking you, bro. Nah, bro, I can't unblock. I can't do that. You can't come on. No, I can't. You got to pay the price until you eat you got to eat this crow, bro. You got to eat this crow, brother. You got to eat that crow. See, because my belief is this. I believe all that stuff about them being there 3,000 years ago, I believe that's mythology. I don't like to talk to anybody about God. I don't even like to talk about God when people want to talk about the Bible. Anything based on the Bible, I'm telling you, I'll leave that alone. If I can't see it in a tree, if I can't see it in real life experience, I don't trust that Bible. I don't trust it for the sake of you making any arguments with me. I should be able to see it in real life. God is real. So you tell me God is real, I should be able to see God. I should be able to experience God. I should be able to know these things without ever seeing that book. The rules should be apparent in nature. No, I don't have to have faith. I don't want faith. I know. What do I need faith for if I know? I know. So I don't need faith. I know. I'm past the point of having faith. Faith means I'm wondering. I'm not wondering. I'm not wondering. I've already read the scripture. I've read them. I went to church. You don't have to seek. What do you need to seek for? You don't need to seek. I disagree with that strongly. You don't need to seek. You just need to open your eyes. Anyway, what do I need to seek for? Hey, what's going on, El Ray, brother? Thank you, bro. The faith of a mustard seed. Isn't that what they say? You need a face? No, I'm not an atheist. Hell no. Not even remotely. Only thing dumber than a literalist is an atheist. Of course not. Of course I'm not. But I don't even know when you use the word, what do you mean by atheist? If I talk to most people and they say they're an atheist, I quickly find that they are not what they say they are. I've never met anybody that where they said that they were an atheist, and after I spoke with them, they said that that's what they were. Never. I've never found that. It's never, I'm telling you, I've had that conversations hundreds of times. There's no such thing of it in the sense that most people use that word. None. And there's been some ardent ones that I flipped like that. Because they don't pay attention to the word. How can you all stick up for Shakur when he passed up the opportunity to fight for legacy and create money, and he won't take that chance? He's like, because that never happened, Mike Green. Because that never happened. Because it never happened. That's why. Because that never happened. They're not talking about water or liquid, homie. It's not. Dude, let me tell you something, man. If you want to take everything, you want to take stuff in that book literal, you're going to be fucked in the brain forever. And you're going to be running around in a fucking maze for the rest of your life. I'm not going into that maze with you, homie. No need. No need for me to contemplate the creation. I know it's created. I'm not going to run around in your maze of quotable and confusing stuff. I'm not even going to do it. I don't want it. Is there any hype for this Tank fight? I'm not seeing it. Yes, there is. Absolutely, there's hype. I'm hyped. He didn't pass on the opportunity, Mike Green. Would you like to click the link, Mike Green, so I can beat you up on this? I will have no problem beating you up. You paid $5. I would love to talk about something other than what we're about to talk about. But it's Friday. Some of y'all just got paid. Oh, yeah, it's the second week. Some of y'all got paid. Baltimore Booski, how can I help you, brother?
Friday. What's up, baby?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
And I'm cooler, man. I just don't understand why they always blaming everything on Tank, man. Like, the man is 135 pounds. He 5 foot, what, 5?
Something maybe on a good day with some shoes on.
And everybody say that he ain't this and he ain't that, but they want to be 160 and 170 to fight him. Like, fight the man at 145. Like if you blow up to 145, then fight him. Like, he little. He not big.
Hey.
He weight draining. Fight the man is little. Like, I stand beside him a lot of times, man. The man is small.
Hey, you know there ain't no rehydration clause, right?
Yeah, I know. They just, like, you know how they got to get them clicks.
Yeah, they didn't even do it. They complained about it and it didn't even happen.
Man,
it's not even, there isn't one. So they can flush all that shit.
Right. People crazy, man. Like, the man, you ever seen him in person for now?
Yes, I have. He's very little.
Yo, they want to blow up to 160 to fight the man. That's how good he is.
Man, that dude is little.
Yeah, the man is 135. Like, that shit is crazy, man. Like,
man, when people say, "Oh, he blows up to 180," ain't no goddamn way.
No,
that dude would be looking. That dude would look like the Michigan man. That dude would be looking like Jabba the Hutt at 180 pounds.
Ain't no question. With steel toe boots on, he's still with me.
Ain't no way he weighing 180. That dude is little.
It really.
Hold on 1 second. Mike Green said, Fanon is absolutely take the call, but I have money to run to. No worries, Mike Green.
And they
go ahead. I'm listening to you, brother.
They keep pumping up Shakur. Like, Shakur. Who did Shakur fight at 135 and just demolish him, man? Like, them guys that Shakur.
Yoshina.
Huh?
Yoshina. Yeah, he knocked out Yoshina.
Man, them guys that he be in there with, man, Tank to get them guys out of there, man.
Oh, he'll get Yoshina out of there too. He do the same thing to Yoshina.
Right. If they say Tank ain't fighting nobody, he show you that they not nobody. Them same nobodies that Devin and all of them get in there with, they go 12 rounds with him.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Devin went 12 rounds of ass whooping with one guy.
Man, full blown ass whooping, man. I ain't never see something told me. I put the majority of the money on Devin, and I put like a little $100 on Ryan just in case. And I wound up winning. He beat the dog shit out of Devin Haney, man. His father
Yeah, he
said,
did.
his father said, put the kids to sleep. It's gonna be a murder. And his son almost died in that motherfucker. Like, I don't know, man. This is crazy, man.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I don't hold you up too much for now. I just like to tap in when I see you on, babe.
All right, man. I appreciate you, brother. Get back, Baltimore.
All right,
Peace.
G.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. It's all right, man. Yeah. Hey, dude, I like Shakur, bro. I know Shakur a real fighter, man. I know Shakur's a real fighter, so I ain't, y'all are not. I see you, Mike Green. Let me tell you, bro, y'all just not gonna get me on this anti Shakur virus y'all are on. I know that boy can fight, man, so I ain't playing with it. You know what I mean? On that other topic, though, look, man, I was born in the church. I was baptized at 11 years old voluntarily, and I've loved God every minute that I can remember loving God. Okay? I studied. And I'm cool. I don't need to study no more. I'm straight. I don't fear death. Not a lick. I don't want pain. I don't want the pain of dying now. And I don't want to live sick. But I'm not afraid of the act because, dude, where am I going to? The same place I came from. You guys are sitting there trying to understand you're trying to explain the unexplainable and understand something that cannot be understood and can only be experienced. I got in a debate with my niece, very smart young lady, and I said, no words can describe a feeling as well as the feeling displays itself. We all know what water feels like, but none of us can tell each other what it feels like. We can all see a flower, but none of us can really describe a flower in words in a way that we can actually smell it and touch it and feel it. Our intellect is a sense that we have, but it is not. There are things beyond sense. There are things that are beyond existence, non-existence, non-being. So how could something that is ever get a sense of what is not? Because we can only conceive it as the absence of what is, but not the creation of what will be. So, dude, there's a point in time, and I'm telling you, there's a point that is what religion is good for. Religion is good because it gives you rules. It gives you your conduct. It allows people to communicate lessons to you that makes groups of people work well together and makes society work together. That's what religion is about. It's basically about nation building. But you don't need it to understand that you're created. And that's why I'm saying I've never met an atheist in the sense that they do not believe in a creator, because we all know that we're created. And it is completely illogical in our existence for something to be created that was not created. So since we know we're created, something or non-thing did it. Because every other thing that we examine in our real lives we know was created by something. Every house was built by somebody. Scientists want to explain why mountains range. What's the process by which mountains rise? How long has this continent been here? When you can dig into that forever, but we know it's created. So the question of atheism is just whether or not you have a specific theory. Because theology, is your conception of God or existence. So just because you don't agree with my conception of existence or the cause of existence doesn't mean that you don't know it's existed. So you just don't believe in a theology. And I'm okay if you don't believe in a theology, but not believing in a theology doesn't mean that you do not believe in a creator. because it's illogical not to, because you know you are creative. All you got to do is slap your own hand and you know it. Do it. Slap your hand. You're real. So since you didn't do it yourself and your mama didn't do it herself, and at some point in time it had to start somewhere, you just don't know, but you can't deny the truth of it. See, that's where I am. I don't need to have faith that God is real. I know God is real. There's no way that it's not. And my lack of understanding does not, or my disagreement over you with you about the nature of it or the name of it is completely irrelevant to the point that we know we are created. You don't have to look anywhere beyond a tree. You don't. You don't have to look anything beyond a piece of glass or a cup. And you can see it everywhere because that's what we learned, didn't we? We learned that God is omnipresent, omnipotent, right? All knowing, all seeing, all present, which means it's in everything and it's in everywhere because everything and everywhere is created. And if to be created by something means that thing, which is the only thing or non-thing, has to be present in everything. Something from something leaves nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Had to be something. Motherfucker punch you in the mouth. So, look, bro, no, you cannot create. You can manipulate. You cannot create. You can manipulate. You can take something that is already there and form it. You cannot create it. I don't care. Somebody had to make the mistake and somebody had to take the chance. You can do whatever you want. No, I know. I don't have faith. I know. I know. You have faith. I know. Hey, I don't want to talk about religion. Echo, what's up, brother?
Don't worry, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, thank you, man.
I just saw your title about the lie about the weight. I mean, everybody's making up stuff anyway. I mean, all the things I've been told by the people that have called me, a few friends have said most of the things online now are all lies, and people, a lot of the guys that have got these channels, they don't even know what they're talking about. And the knowledge is terrible in boxing. They know nothing about the history. They make everything about a fighter. You know, it's just, I mean, I was even told, somebody told me that he went on a channel and he saw somebody and he said that one of the channel guys said that Sugar Ray Robinson couldn't beat Kermel Moton. I thought, and I couldn't even answer that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, it's just, I can't believe these guys. Honestly. It's just ridiculous. You know, one of the reasons why some of the channels, such as yourself, are so good, because the others are crap.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I'm telling you, they're just crap. Honestly, I don't very rarely get emotional about anything because I'm very stoic and I'm very pragmatic. You know. And I pride myself on being an historian and knowledge based, rather than you know using my emotion to get an argument across. I mean, it's like when you was talking about when people come to argue with you. I mean, I know the techniques that you use because I've studied this stuff as well. So it's not so difficult to beat these guys in their without the logic they come with, and they don't come with the truth anyway. A lot of the times,
not a line.
You know, I mean, I know why you're able to beat these guys because, I mean, come on, you've only got to use something like like a false authorization as to break the argument, or an analogy. You know, like the other day I was talking about the Scotsman. That's another the analogy of things, a logical fallacy. You know, the red herring and the slippery slope. People go down them routes themselves by the opening statements. It's just stupid. I don't understand why these people are like this, you know. And also they come on here with all these ideas about history of boxing and talking about facts and figures that they don't even know what they're talking about. You know, I wouldn't talk about something I don't know. Because why would I do that? Because you're just going to make yourself look foolish. I mean, I've studied a lot of things from physiology to anatomy to psychology, memory techniques, things like that, like mnemonics. This is why I'm able to remember all the dates and things of boxers. Remember, when you ask me a question, I just give you the date, not just the actual the year. Many times I can give you the referee even. Because I've utilized techniques from mnemonics to be able to do this. I've been studying this for years. I've actually got 3 books about this thick, 3 or 4 inches thick, with boxing quotes in there, facts and figures of dates of fights, and it's all in here. I don't need to go on Google or Wikipedia, because when somebody has to go on Wikipedia to look up a boxer, you know, that was quite famous, like maybe, I don't know, Danny Lopez.
I got a guy
right behind. They don't know who Danny Lopez is. They don't know boxing.
I got a guy right behind you, brother.
Yeah, but the reason why you all say good, because others are crap.
Well, yeah, you know, it is.
You ain't got much competition, man. I'm telling you.
You do look intellectually tall when you're around a bunch of mental midgets.
Yeah, you will. But the thing is, you don't build yourself up by putting people down, and that's another thing. I would never attack anybody directly. I won't mention them by name. They will crucify themselves by what they say.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you have a good day, and I just thought I'd come in there and just
appreciate you, Echo.
One thing I can appreciate about you always come there with the facts and you do the studying. Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to people, man. If you don't know, you don't know. But hey, thank you, Echo.
Get back, bro. Bye. All
right, come back, David. Oh wow, just as I did that, David. I see you, David. You weren't connected. You came back. Look, man. Don't nobody. Sugar Ray Leonard couldn't beat a 17-year-old. Okay. People had a right to. Hey, Sean said, "Hey, for the convo, I hope I didn't distract too much." Not at all, man. You didn't distract at all. What's going on? What's going on, David? How can I help you?
Yo, what's going on, man? You know, the last dude, I agree with him, man. You know, you come out here with the facts. It's other channels. I see other channels, bro, and I just like, man, this man is corny as hell. He know he lying. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, bro, it's like they selling their soul just for this weak ass channel, bro. You feel me? Because if you speak the truth, bro, everybody gonna listen. I bet how many people in your life right now?
Like 677.
Like I say, like 400 of them, they some haters just watching, cause you know what I'm saying. And y'all gotta watch, bro, cause telling them is the truth, bro. You feel me? That's why I come out here every day talk, cause I know he not speaking no crap. And I'm talking about that, bro. I'll be watching your channel, bro. What's a crow? Like I don't know what's a crow.
What eating crow mean? Oh, eating crow means that you gotta it means you are wrong and you gotta admit that you are wrong. So that's a phrase called eating crow. That means you just have to admit that you're wrong. Like if say you picked the fighter and you said, okay, I think, you know.
Oh yeah.
Whenever you're wrong, you just gotta admit that you're wrong. That's called eating crow.
So eat a crow, like what's a crow though? Like that?
Oh, you know, a crow's a bird, like a black bird.
It probably tastes good though.
No, but they're saying, but see, here's the thing. A crow, you know what? A crow caulks. It makes a lot of noise, right?
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
If you're making all that noise, you are squawking like a crow. You got to eat that crow. You got to eat all that shit you were talking.
Oh,
the crow is the shit you were talking. It's all that squawking like a crow. You're doing all that crowing. So you got to
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Don't think of it as a bird. Don't think of it as a bird. Think of it as shit talking.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta eat all that shit you were talking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't gotta eat shit, so I'm good. Y'all gotta do it. But that's it, man. God bless you.
All right, man. Get back, man. Get back, David. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what that is, man. That eating crow. It's like you got to eat shit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and eat that shit. You talked all that shit. It was all over the place. Now you got to eat it. You got to take that back. You squawking like a crow. You did all that crowing. You got to eat all that crow. You got to eat that crow. That's what it is, man. He said that shit. That crow might taste good. Change the word to shit. And then okay, I get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? What's going on, young Merv out there on Twitter? Anyway, bro, to the guy that said I'm close but no cigar, brother, let me tell you something, man. You're a blasphemous. You're blasphemous. That's why I timed you out. You're blasphemous. If I tell you what my conception is and understanding of God and you say close but no cigar, you're blasphemous. That's blasphemy. And I will never respect that. Because you don't know what God is. Without a doubt, you don't know. You do not know. There's no way you can explain it. So how can you tell somebody if they're close or not? You can't even get close to understanding. I timed you out because you are a fucking buffoon. I timed you out. And I'm glad you came back so I can block you. Because what you said was blasphemous. Nobody can tell you what God is or isn't. Nobody. So how can you? How can you say you're close or not? The best you can have is your understanding of it in a way that allows you to live in a way that allows you to be constructive in your life, to achieve your goals, to not miss other people, and to make the world around you better. That's all you can do with it. What good does it do for you to understand anything if you do not? The Bible doesn't tell you. Man, anyway, man, whatever, man. Y'all do you with that dumb shit, bro. I'm throwing your ass out too. I don't want to hear that, man. Go away. Leave me alone with all that. It's been a while. Glad to see you doing well, brother. Young Merv, good to see you as well. One more boxing caller. I'm not going to talk about religion anymore, but y'all definitely not going to talk to me about it. You're definitely not going to give some shit. Yeah. You're definitely not going to give me no shit they gave to slaves. They enslave people with that book and act me like I got to learn that. Stop it. Free Licks, how can I help you?
Yo, I just want to say appreciate you for coming on every day. 8 o'clock, I'll be ready for you to turn on your stream, man. This is one of the best podcasts it is the best, to be honest, the best podcast for boxing all around. That's all I really had to say, though.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, Free Licks. You have a wonderful day, man. Thank you.
You too.
All right. That's nice, man. That's nice. It's nice. Anyway, so what are we at? Man, Sam, that's huge, bro. Big time support with the $50 holler. Sam with the support. Thank you, Sam. I got people that blast me for no religion. I mean, look, man. What's the purpose of it? Who will get more viewers on ESPN, DAZN, or Shakur? Well, DAZN don't fight for ESPN. So it's going to be Shakur because Devin don't fight there. Devin's on DAZN, so I'm going to take it cheap. They're about the same size fighter, bro. But Shakur, man, y'all just hating on Shakur so much, man. Turtle TV, yeah, I think he will. If he beats Zhang, he'll get a shot. I think maybe. I don't know. Depends on how he beats him. If he knocks out Zhang and he looks dominant, then no. If he barely ekes by, then yes. They don't want that fight, man. They trying to get around to that. They're trying to get around to that. They trying to get around to that fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, which is why I think the fix can probably be in. Even though I don't think Saudi Arabia has really looked like they've been putting the fix in. So time will tell on that. You know what I mean? I mean, he usually gets, man, they get around 1 million. He gets around 1 million. But look, I'm going to get out of here, man, because I got to get some stuff done so I can get back in time to have, so I got to catch a plane at around, in about 4 hours. I got to head to the airport. So I'm going to run out of here, man. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. I don't know if I'm paying for the pay-per-view or not because I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it. Because this wedding starts at 7. The wedding starts at the same time the fight starts. I think they said the main event is going to be around 6 o'clock in the evening, and that's the same time the wedding starts. So, if I may be able to listen to it. I may stick an earbud in my ear and sit like this and sit way in the back of the church and look at it on my phone. Man, I may try to pull some shit like that. So deep in the building, man. You paid for Tim Tszyu Fundora, but not this fight. Franklin McCord, I am going to be in a wedding during the fight, dummy. The only thing suspect is your lack of literacy. I am going to be in a church for a wedding. Slow fucking poke. Since I'm going to be at a wedding, I don't think I'll be able to watch it because someone will be getting married. Do you understand now? I would definitely buy it if I wasn't at a wedding in a church when I'm supposed to be paying attention to the wedding in the church. Got it? Or is that suspect? Hey, Anton said, mad respect, OG. Thank you, brother. Look, man, let me tell you my last little thing about religion, okay? Like I tell my kids. I don't care what people tell you about God. They ain't giving you it's not accurate. Whatever somebody tells you or tries to teach you about the nature of God is not accurate. We do not have the ability to understand it. Similarly, anybody that tries to convince you of the lack of God is a fucking buffoon. So don't listen to him. That's my religion. I know God is real. I know you can't explain it to me. If you try to act like you know what it is, you're lying. And if you try to explain to me that it doesn't exist, you're a bigger fool than the person that tried to tell me that they know what it is. So why do we need to know it at all? What's the purpose of even understanding it? So that you make your life better. So what are the rules you need to live by to make your life better? We all know that there are things that we can do in this world to make our lives better. Don't eat a lot of sugar. Don't beat up your kids. Don't rob people. Don't murder people. Don't steal. All those kind of things. Why would you even care to know about God if it's not to make your life better? So figure out how to make your life better. And that's the end. You all just want to fucking show up to church in pretty clothes every weekend. What's the purpose of God? Oh, so I can show off my new suit on Sunday. That's not the purpose. What's the purpose of understanding God? So you can give me your money. I don't think that's the purpose. So I'm going to keep my money, and I'm not going to buy your Sunday suits. Anyway, I'm out. Yeah, exactly, bro. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Deuces. Respect the mind. Shout out to you, brother. Peace.